Hello everybody, my name is Zelinator, and welcome to a world tour of Ultimate Minecraft Polyworld. Now, people were asking me earlier on, like, are you ever going to do a world tour for this world? And for a long time I said no, because I wanted to take in consideration the people who binge the series, and they're like, I just saw all this, I don't need a recap of everything. So this video is mainly for the people who are going to be coming in fresh for part 4. And so this will be an overview of all the things, all the important places for the first 3 parts. Well, mainly part 1 and 2. We will not be going back to the far lanes in this video. So, yeah, here we are. This is not an official episode. This is a pre-recorded video recorded on December 16th, 2023. It is currently 10:41 a.m. I don't know how long this video is going to be. Hopefully I can get through everything quickly. But the real reason why I'm uploading this video, 1.7.2, or I should say 1.7, there's potentially a bug with old structures. They do not get saved correctly. That's why 1.6.3 and 1.6.4 were created. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to visit all the places, all the villages, nether fortresses, all that fun stuff. At least here in the video I'll talk about the important ones. And so we're going to visit those places, load them up here in 1.6.4, and so that way when we update to 1.7, that bug should be no more. It's a bug in old worlds, and so that's otherwise Minecraft would have been on 1.6.2 for however many months. Anyways, enough rambling. I just spent 2 minutes talking about stuff that may or may not be important. We'll see. But yeah, we have a lot of plans on this day that the video's coming out, so I'm preparing this nice bright and early, plus because I don't know how long it'll take to upload. So, I stayed true to my word. I did not touch this world in over a year. You may notice the last video was really from September. So what was I doing in October? I had to update those 85 gigabytes of nether chunks. Because, 12.5 million blocks I walked. I had to update those nether chunks from region to anvil. So beta 1.7 into release 1.6. So I did that after part 3. And looking at the timestamps, it took 12 hours. 12 hours to update 85 gigabytes worth of stuff. So yeah, time for me to hop on the world. I was waiting long enough, and so time to go on in, update all the structures. Ah, yes, we're still in survival. We're gonna temporarily change that just for this video. So yeah, here we are, where it all began. The very beginning area, Dupa Duplex Ravine, episode 1, I believe. I forgot can't sprint in creative. But yeah, so here we are. This view distance feels rather short. Whatever. Well, either way, this is the very first world created way back in the earliest version of Pre-Classic that is available in the launcher. I don't know what it's called, so don't ask me. I can never remember the pre-classic names. So that was the very first one. So we have a ravine, couple caves. I built a train station later on. Those are infdef chunks over there. I have a castle. There used to be a tree in it, but then there's a bunch of trees in infdef, and so that burned down. Over there, oh, it's so nice to zoom with the extra buttons on my mouse. So that's a pit that goes all the way down to the void. I call it a void hole. Void holes are, I think, common terminology these days. So yeah, this was the very first world. I was in this world for about 2 episodes. 2 episodes, and then we quickly updated. It's like, new version, new terrain generator. That's not just a square world. Boom! We got this place going on. And you see the dark grass, all that. That's a swamp. Biomes are a little interesting on here. I honestly kind of want to bring back fog. It feels so plain without it. Anyways, so way down here, we got RD Shaft. RD stands for Ruby Dunk. That was what the old builds are called, I suppose. A different version or a different game Notch was working on. So I started working on the mine shaft down here, similar in the beta 1.8 fashion. And so that's darkness. This is the dirt pit. Howdy, Bat. How's it going? I should probably be playing. I'm still playing. It's still playing in peaceful. Cool. So yeah, random dirt rooms that generate. I already feel like this video is going to be 3 hours long. Oh boy. Anyway, let's find the exit real fast. There's no spectator mode. That's a release 1.8 thing. We are still here in 1.6.4. So I am best I can do is walking around in creative. But yeah, I'll be talking about everything because, like I said, there's a world tour. Even though my excuse for having a world tour video is I need to load up all the structures. We'll be doing that later. We'll be going in mostly chronological order, but if I like jump around a bit, oh well, that's just how my brain works. So yeah, over here. So this was the second world. This was whatever the third pre-classic was called. And then over here, I already feel like I'm gonna start cutting out a lot of stuff. I'm feeling it now, and that's probably the style of video. I was gonna just breeze through it all. I don't think that's gonna happen anymore. Yeah, over here, this was the version called, I think it was 11A, because over there it should have been the 12A world. So yeah, this was the 11A quotes world, and whatever the 11A is, that's found in the launcher, which was really like a dev version of 12A. So yeah, I have this big old castle going on. It used to not be this tall because I hit the world limit. 64 was the old limit at the time, and so yeah, we're already right about here. So this was right about the top of the world. So it wasn't any taller than this for a while. And as you can see, old doors, because I put the doors in a long way after. Doors were not in pre-classic. Then yeah, I kind of made this very strange case. But yeah, I built a wall around it and the little guard towers. That was the first thing. The castle kind of didn't have much to it. And so yeah, here's the inside. So yeah, I got the big ol' most expensive throne because, you know, might as well. I had the diamonds. And so upstairs, those kind of just lead into the towers. But yeah, here's the second floor. So you see we have the varying levels and whatnot. And then yeah, these don't have anything in them. They just go up. And back down we will go. So you can see I worked on this later because it has glowstone and whatnot. And that was an Alpha 1.2 feature. So yeah, now you're starting to see all these tracks coming down. It all goes off in that direction. We'll be getting there later. And as y'all can see, I also built a little creeper face. Totally random. I built it right next to a hole because way back in survival test, creepers would spawn up here, boom, fall, they die. And because they died, they exploded. Survival test was interesting. Now you may have noticed some glass around the edges where the water. That glass I placed down way back when water flowed infinitely. I was preparing because I was like, okay, I don't want to flood these worlds. It did indeed happen in an alternate reality. Another version of the world in survival test. Creepers, you know, blew up the glass and then the place flooded. Oh, what a time that was. Alright, so then now we're going to head back in this direction. So this was the 11A world, and then this is the 12A world. You can also see I had some little gateways looking things to signify the world barriers. I never did anything with them. We're going to head over here first, because that'll come later. We're going to head over here, and this is my 12A mansion. And I gotta say, I'm really happy with how it turned out. There used to be a lot more trees here, but oh boy, that's a story. So in here, you can see the random ores. That happened due to chunk repopulation. But yeah, this used to not have windows. In fact, I almost want to say put saplings in the windows, I think, but then that didn't stick around long because eventually the saplings decayed. Same thing with the fences. I added the fences. Oh yeah, there used to be saplings along here as well because at the time, saplings didn't grow in the trees, so I just had all the saplings along the dirt. But then the saplings turned into trees and was like, well, that's not cool. Yeah, not much to it. I'm pretty happy with how this mansion turned out. Yeah, I know it is quite empty and whatnot. But yeah. Alright, so now for this big ol' area. What the heck happened here? Survival test happened. This used to be a lava pit or something. I don't know what happened to it, but one day, or one time on here, I realized, oh no, there's all this lava all over the place. In fact, I bet it happened because of me. Because I had this little shack here, and it's got the water and the lava. But then, bad stuff happened. Survival test occurred, and barriers kind of broke down, so all the lava here got covered over with water, and so the water turned the lava into stone because that's what happened at the time. There's still a little bit of lava left. So that was all that, but yeah, the water came in from a nearby lake over there, I believe, and so it flooded all of this because creepers doing what creepers do. Yeah, this used to be a lava pit. Used to be a big old lava pit, and then yeah, stuff happened. Both of these structures were severely damaged in survival test, and I took the time to fix them both up. So yeah, this is the 12A world. Alrighty, here we are on the 13A world, y'all. It stops right where the wool is. So that's the border over there. So yeah, this big old place right here. This ship used to not have any wool, nor the sideways logs. All of that was added in 1.3. But yeah, I built the ship, and I built this pathway here in 0.0.13a underscore 03. And that was about it at the time, because there was not a lot of stuff. You see, I added fences and torches and trapdoors. I made the boat look nicer later on. Yeah, originally there was the logs and there were the planks. That was it. So, fun fact, 13A03 was also the first classic version I ever played. That squid just spawned. We're gonna ignore all this for now. I'll talk about it later. So yeah, I had the pathway. I think I expanded it a little more. And other than that, the only other thing I built in 13A was the little face I had over here. And as you can see, a swamp kind of took over, so now we got this ugly dark green. Well, the color itself is, it's like military green. But yeah, the worst part is this little block right here is still light. Boo! Why do swamp biomes exist? Or not the biomes, the forest grass coloring. Yeah, sounds like I can't really avoid it. This right here, this is Ice Cream Station. I built this a little later, but yeah, this is my fancy minecart place. So this is the main area. So how it works is all the pathways, they all lead up into here. You go inside, you trigger this or any one of these detector rails. I forgot the word for a second. Triggers any of the detector rails, and so it points all the tracks this way. So make sure that no matter what happens when you cross over any of those, all the tracks will point this way. And then when you cross this, what happens is it resets all of these back to how they are. I'll show off the redstone really quick. Here's also the backside for all the levers. This ended up being quite compact. I didn't mean it to. Oh, it'd be really nice if I had spectator mode now. I don't want to break anything. Okay, hold on. I know there's a way down there. I just don't know if I kept it here. We'll just temporarily do this, I guess. Boop. So yeah, all the redstone. It's basically just a lot of moving around. So that's all that. This took me a little bit to figure out, but once I learned how to get it going, it was pretty easy to scale upward. In fact, you could even see down here. I kind of forgot about this. This is the underside. Ice Cream Station was originally down here. And you could see all that dirt on the outside. I buried this whole thing. This was the old minecart station, but then I never really designed a roof. And so this was back when minecarts. What the heck happened here? Did an Enderman steal the cobblestone? Nah. I don't know. Just gonna fix that, I guess. Anyway, canon event, I suppose. But yeah, this was way back when minecart boosting still worked, back in alpha 1.0.14 all the way until beta 1.5. Booster rails were added in beta 1.5, but beta 1.6 officially fixed the minecart bug. But yeah, this was the old one, and I wonder if this warehouse minecart's the one I ended up taking, claiming it as my own. I kept all the minecarts as is, but yeah, this was all of these indeed were sent out, but then I kind of covered the dirt shell and fixed up the rails up top, and this is what remains down below. Then in here, this is when I used gravity. So way back before minecart boosting, I built this tower all the way to the top of the world, and because it looks like a bunch of ice cream sandwiches, that's why this was given the name Ice Cream Station. So yeah, I used gravity up here. I would hop in the minecart and wazoo, all the way down, all the way down. So this was back when I used gravity. But yeah, as you see, I never ended up building roof, but I kind of like the openness. But yeah, so now that you look at it, you can see all this dirt was just built upward. And so I reset all the tracks and poof, just built a brand new station on top of the old one because I basically preserved an old monument. So now it's like an old subway station, I suppose. But yeah, that was built later. That was not built in alpha. I started it in InfDev because InfDev 6.18 was when minecarts were added. So I started working on it a little bit before then, I believe, because I wanted to prepare early. Minecarts weren't writable until 6.24, though. Well, I skipped that version. It was 6.25. So over here, we are now in the 14A world. Can you tell it's the 14A world? It's the only world that still has these trees that were natural. And they kind of, some of them decayed, some of them burned down. There used to be more trees around here. Yeah, the great InfDev fires occurred. I think that's what I call them. I said it in like one of my episodes. Yeah, those caused a lot of poofy trees to occur. Yeah, I'll talk more about that when we get to InfDev areas. So yeah, all down here, all of this was all of the 14A area, and you may be wondering, what are these random borders here? There used to be a bunch of sand, but the sand was only 1 block deep. So what I did was I dug up all the sand because I needed it. I needed sand for glass. And so I kind of destroyed a whole bunch of the sand areas. So I only left the shoreline because I didn't want to deal with the flowing water. So that is truthfully where all that comes from. But over here we have this tree sanctuary, and it looks like the leaves decayed right smack dab in the middle. That's fine, I guess, because now I have doorways. Yeah, because this would have been 5 blocks away from the logs. This used to be solid leaves, back when leaves didn't decay. Anyways, so in here, this is a dedicated tree sanctuary, which has now become swamp as well. There's a lot of swamps in this area, which I don't really like because it ruins the grass color, but whatever. So, this is a dedicated tree sanctuary. In fact, this was also a big old poofy tree. I'm pretty confident this tree used to be poofier, but then leaves decayed. Ah, yes, the Zelamoon. The Zelamoon rises. So, yeah, all the trees here. There was a problem way back when all the poofy trees and other trees showed up. And so that's kind of what happened here. Since leaves are able to destroy glass when they generate, I didn't realize that until after, and then I never fixed it. Fixing up some of the glass I may or may not do, but we'll see. And then over here, this used to look nice. This was a big Christmas tree looking manually designed one. I wanted a nice big tree, and so there used to be leaves all along here. And then leaf decay happened, and so it all went away, and I never got around to fixing it. That's something I'm likely to do. I'm likely to do that when we get there. When I get back to survival again on this world. What should be a few months as of recording this video. Of course, if you're watching this years later, UMP Part 4 is probably already out. Alrighty, y'all, here we are. The 15A world. There's a lot to talk about here, so I'll try to stick to, hopefully going in a general order. So over here, Block Museum. because the terrain generator didn't change at all, other than like small stuff between 15A and 23A. Is that a pit to the bottom of the world? Yes, it is. Because that didn't change, I designated the 15A world as my home base, so I was in it for 15, 16, 17, all the way through 23A underscore 01. In fact, even a little bit of survival test, but we'll get to that later. So all of this here was the my main base of operations. So we're going to talk about the block museum. This is one of the things, since I wanted to start preparing. I was looking back to Nolatrum's Minecraft Polyworld creation, his original series from 2018, not necessarily the reboot from 2020, maybe 2021? I don't remember. I don't remember when the second series started. Well, anyways, he ended up making a block museum then as well. But anyway, that's all irrelevant. So, inside is indeed my official museum of all the blocks I have. Now, unfortunately, Beta 1.8 added Void Fog. Boo. This, if you watch, or if you jump down here without Optifine, you would not get this high visibility. I turned Void Fog off here on Optifine because I don't want it. I don't like it. But, yeah. So this looked fine all the way through Beta 1.7. Yeah, so all of this is classic and in-dev blocks right over here. In fact, even inf-dev as well, because you see the spawner, the stairs. But yeah. So yeah, this goes all the way to the end of inf-dev, and then there's a little gap, I guess, and then this is alpha right here. So all the way between the redstone stuff, the early redstone stuff, which was just the iron door, the dust, and the torch. Well, I guess the pressure plates as well, levers and buttons. So yeah, the early redstone stuff, all the way till alpha 1.2, all of this is brought together. So this is all the, whatchamacallit, so all of this is the alpha blocks over here. And then we got beta. This goes on a little bit more. So we're starting out early on, beta 1.2, with the different wood types, sandstone, lapis, that stuff. And then you got slabs, and then poof, new ores. Why are these ores here? Because I couldn't get them before. Yeah, I got a lot of these blocks from the chest that was available in beta 1.6. We'll be checking that out later. I don't know. No, I think I got rid of the chests. Yeah, we won't be checking that out. Well, basically, in beta 1.6 test build 3, you get a whole bunch of chests at a world creation. And so I kind of force did that for this world. So that's how I was able to get ores that I wasn't able to get before. So to this point, after classic, we were all in creative. But yeah, so then we got more beta blocks all the way through beta 1.8. Because I included the beta 1.9 stuff, so like the enchantment table and nether brick. I included this stuff over here in the release, and this one's currently still going. You see, it's just going to keep going on and on and on. Lucky for me, that can keep going for a while. Oh boy, it will. So yeah, here we have mostly the release stuff. So we got 1.0 over here with the end nether brewing and all that. Then you got the 1.2 stuff with the wood types, 1.3 and 4. 5 with the redstone, 6 with the hardened clay, and the wool, and that's as far as we are. And the wither skull, the first skull I have. I don't think I've picked up any other ones. In order to get skulls in survival, you are required to have a supercharged creeper kill a mob. So that includes creepers, skelly bums, and other creepers. No, yeah, creepers, skelly bums, and zombies. There we go. And so the Wither Skelebum's the only one that drops normally, just from the Wither Skelebums. So yeah, this one, this is good enough for like 1.7 blocks, maybe a little bit of 1.8, but yeah, we're just gonna keep digging that way. Keep diggy hole all the way to the end. For all the way until 1.21, which should be getting close to release. I hope. It might even be in a pre-release, might have even been released by now. And over here, I never started, but I was planning on having signs of like history. So that's what these different rooms are. So if I start over here, this one was going to be like the classic history of the world. No, this one was going to be like the classic history of the world. This one was going to be like in-dev and inf-dev history, maybe alpha. This one was going to be like beta history, and then that was it. I never started writing down the history of the world, but yeah, that's what these signs were for. I could group those together, but nah, I'll keep them as is for now. I really hope I'm not supposed, or I don't need to open all the chests before updating. But yeah, I'm preparing this world for 1.7 and 1.8, so I need to make sure structures and chests work, so we have some stuff to do. And look, it is the world's smallest ocean next to the world's smallest beach, the world's smallest stone beach. But yeah, random history there for you. So that's all the block museum. And you see over here, there's a dock I added. I built this, I want to say in like 1.4, but it's kind of related. But yeah, that's where, that was over here. Yeah, it was definitely 1.4 because I remember there was a bug. There's a bug with the fences, a rendering bug. Anyways, over here, I built most of this back when I was still in creative, because I was like, ooh, bookshelves are new. We're gonna use these, and so these bookshelves were added in back when I was still in classic creative, so I was able to enjoy all that. And then I added the anvils later because we had a whole bunch of iron. Might as well use them all. And so this was supposed to be my official house. In fact, it still is my official house. You could see by design, other than the beds and torches. This is kind of old. I think still solid blocks and whatnot. Hold on, let me see. Oh, it's empty. I wonder where I put the map. I had a map somewhere. I think I might have moved that to the warehouse, unless it's on me. It's not on me. I don't know where the map ended up. Okay, well anyways, yeah, that's all that. And over here, we got the bathroom. Yay. Nothing too fancy. I don't know why I put sponge. Probably just have sponge in the world. Now, you may be wondering, is there anything special in here? Well, you wouldn't have thought about it until I said something. But yes, I'll fix that real soon. We have a sewer system. This was a kind of a pain to work on until I whipped out an auto clicker and it was so much faster. But this sewer system caused me much headache. We're gonna fix this just in case I decide to not come out the same way. So this sewer system was all fine and all, except it kind of entered a few different places. So over here, there's this glass tube. In fact, this whole area was filled with lava. And I got rid of that lava manually, slowly. But yeah, that lava ended up causing problems because it flooded all of this. It flooded this area because, creepers hit the lava, boom, and that creates more lava with the space they make. And then creepers went boom over here, which opened this pipe. And so my whole block museum, up until like here, was all flooded in lava because creepers. So that happened a couple times, but I was able to manually clear it all out. But yeah, that's what this pipe is. Now the sewer is a little small, I must say, but I'm happy with how it turned out. Maybe one day I'll expand it more. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know why I have this iron golem here. Oh no, I do remember. I went all out with iron golems when iron golems were added. I had a whole bunch of iron blocks. So yeah, over here, what is the meaning of this? This was the font change in 17A. In fact, that's like the only change, other than I think it maybe one or two other multiplayer things. But yeah, 0.0.17a. All it did was replace, or it added the little line going through the 0 to distinguish the 0 from the an O. So that's the whole point of that. And number 77. Where did I get the number 77 from? That was the baseball number that Booker DeWitt picked up in Bioshock Infinite. That's where 77 came from. So you may be wondering, what is this? It's a Steve racing maze. So basically, way back in Classic, you spam G and you get a whole bunch of Steves running around. So I had this blocked off. In fact, the whole Steve race is still available. But yeah, I blocked this off, put a whole bunch of Steves in here, and then I broke the wall and watched a bunch of Steves go wee. And a whole bunch of them kind of got stuck in this first pathway. They kept going back, forth, back, forth. Eventually, it took a long time and just standing. So some of them, after a little while, a lot of them were able to get to like this halfway mark, but the random AI was not working in my favor. And so it took quite a while, but eventually one of the Steves made it all the way over to here. And he eventually found an exit, and when he did, poof, I blocked off the exit. All done. So yeah, number 77, the only Steve to have succeeded to make it all the way through the maze. I got inspiration from this from like an old or multiple old videos. And yeah, so that's where all those came from. Now you may be wondering about the wool. Where'd the wool come from? I built it when wool was added. And you may notice there's actually 2 purples and 2 pinks. Why that happened? Well, at the time there was no brown and there was no black. And so you can see those are currently the 2 colors missing in this color palette here. So what happened was, because the colors didn't translate over, when I converted the world, MC'd it was like, there's no black and there's no brown and there's no black. So we'll just convert them to purple and pink. So that's what happened. Oh wait, no, that's magenta, purple and magenta. Sorry, this one's pink, which is the rose texture. Well, anyways, so yeah, that was all that. And then over here in 19A, this whole area looked like a swamp to me. I'll get to that soon. This whole area looked like a swamp to me, so I was like, oh, I'll call it the 19A swamp. And so when I was in 19A, that's when I built the little witch hut here. Doesn't really look like a witch hut. It was based upon the witch hut design, but it's not meant to be accurate or anything. It would have been nice if this area was a swamp. Out of all the swamps around here, you're telling me the actual swamp that I wanted to be a swamp isn't a swamp? Boo. Yeah, we're gonna head down here, and I'm pretty sure it's just a cave with water. Yeah, but I put torches, which means I was in here in InDev, or InDev at least. InDev and later. But yeah, this is a little cave, and it ended up being flooded. I don't know if it was supposed to be flooded originally, but it was one day. And so this right here, this is my tower. This is officially spawn. And so you see, you died, huh? So yeah, this right here, this is spawn. And the reason why it's up here and not like anywhere else is because I needed a level that was at 64 or higher. So you see I'm currently standing on Y64. So I set spawn to be here because I needed a solid place to stand on. Yeah, I guess that's all that. You need solid blocks at Y64 in order, starting in InfDev and later, in order to register that as a valid spawn. So because most of the terrain is way too low, I needed something proper. So that's where all this came from. And then up here, we have my fake monolith. It used to not be this tall. It used to be a lot smaller. In fact, it used to only go up to about here, 64. That was the old heights limit. And then I doubled it to 128 when we got up to there. And now it's all the way sitting at 256. I do not know if I'll expand it to 320. I should, but this is kind of a pain. It is nice and hollow though. But yeah, just like normal monoliths, it is a few blocks above the water level, and that goes all the way down. But not only does that go down to bedrock, it's a void hole. It's a big old void hole. Because that's all that. Do I have dynamic lighting? We do not. But yeah, so that goes down, since there was no bedrock at the time. Well, at least no usable bedrock within normal means. So that goes all the way down to the void. So I just opened up a pit to the bottom of the world. And that's where this came from. So all of this, I don't know if y'all can see. Y'all probably can't. Well, basically all that was just a little cave. And I didn't want to cover up the cave, so I put glass there instead. Then over here, we have a pit that is the exact same shape as the monolith there, and so it's like another monolith, except it only goes down 4 blocks. Yeah, that way I could jump off the monolith and splash, land in the water, safe. So yeah, it won't take any damage. Then here, rest in peace, his poor soul, Peekaboo Pixel. He was in this corner for one for one version, and then the very next version, he ended up on this side. And so poor Peekaboo Pixel, he is no longer here. At the time, I could still swim in the water because, you know, notched up collision math. And so I would be able to swim in the water, even though it was one block diagonal. Yeah, that's all that. This warehouse was not here, but that one was. That's the very first warehouse. Talk more about that soon. Before I get to the picture of ramen, over here, I added a few different fake structures. So we got the old Indev houses. Well, here, I'll start this one. You have the mossy cobblestone one. This is from the early 0.31, lasted a little bit. And then over here you have the later, well, that used to be stone. You have the late Indev house, the one with the stone and the planks. And then this is a dungeon, complete with a spawner. Only spawns pigs though, because I can't change the spawner normally, and I'm probably unlikely to pick up any spawn eggs. Oh no, I could change it in 1.8. I do have some spawn eggs, but we'll talk about that later. Yeah, is there anything else around here? Ah, yes, the gravel house. So this is the official creeper-proof house. I used to have leaves in the windows, but then the leaves decayed. Yeah, leaf decay really ruined a lot of my old builds from Classic. But yeah, so basically a creeper goes boom, the gravel falls, and poof, it fixes the walls for you. So that's why you can see on the outside the gravel goes up higher. That way, if the creeper goes boom, say here, this gravel drops down and hopefully is not any lower than the roof. Of course, it is kind of one-time use, because if a creeper goes boom in the same area twice, you're gonna be missing out on a lot of gravel. So that's all that. Then over here, this is my picture of ramen. I kind of technically had to change the wool out a little bit, but yeah, this is the using the original colors, using the original classic colors. This is indeed what ramen was looking like when I constructed her. This is a copy of the picture of ramen that I had, or that I made in Minecraft Legacy, old series of mine. In fact, that was the main series I had before Ultimate Minecraft Polyworld. So yeah. We're gonna look at the warehouses now. Well, not this one, since like I said, that came later, but this one. I was so happy with how this warehouse turned out. Like, look at this. Look at the amazing architecture. Of course, none of the chests were here. All these chests were replaced with planks, so it's just solid planks. It's all looking like shelves. And of course, the ladders and the torches weren't here either. And then all of this was stone and not the random assortment of ores. No signs either. Well, basically. Yeah, this warehouse was supposed to be all my storage in one place. I don't know why, but I kind of like making warehouses in Minecraft for large-term storage facilities. And then I got a little tired because I had so many warehouses. But yeah, I thought this warehouse would last me so long, but if we head over here, y'all will be able to see some of the last items I have. We're looking at bones, snowballs, sponge leaves, ice portal, no blocks, jack-o'-lanterns. Basically, this didn't last me, or this only lasted me, I should say, till like beta. yeah, I kind of filled up. Beta 1.6 filled up this place, and I was like, because of all the new items I was able to receive. So that filled up, so then poof, Warehouse 2 Electric Boogaloo was constructed. And so now we have more things that I was missing. And yeah, I was able to get going on more of the beta stuff as well. And then that lasted a little while, and then it only got me until let's see, if we're looking at another store, that's like 1.4 Beacon Anvil. Yeah, it's looking like about 1.4 or so, and I'm kind of surprised these are not filled. What are these? These are the item chests, right? Carrot on a stick leads. So yeah, I don't have, this isn't full of items, so I split it, blocks on one side, items on the other side. Yeah, that all happened, and then, is there anything else in this world? Not really. I don't think so. Yeah, that all filled up, so then, since I'm on the topic, talk about over here, I'll show that real fast later. This is Warehouse 3, the trilogy. So we have even more blocks. So I kind of filled up with blocks in 1.4, because you see all of this, well, most of it is from 1.5. How do I have command blocks? Oh, I don't. I just set the chest aside. But yeah, this is where we're currently sitting, because 1.5 and 1.6, that all ended up here. Frame rate's definitely dropping. Yeah, this area, I know what it is, but we'll get to that soon. So yeah, this was later addition, but we're gonna talk about it since it's right in front of me. This is a mob farm. In fact, it's a mob farm that is adjustable. I flipped that lever, not that lever. Well, this is the entry point. Yeah, we're gonna keep that. I flip both of these, I think. Hold on, which one does this do? No, I flip this one. So this lever right here, this one controls the wall, so that way I'm able to see inside. You see, the only thing we have is bats because we're on peaceful. Don't want them bothering me. I also have another door over here as well. But then I flip this lever, and now we have lights. So that way, if I really wanted, if I close that, I can keep the lights on, and that way I can work in here without any distraction. So yeah, just in case I ever need to hop in, I just keep the lights on, and that way that'll prevent any more from spawning in there. So yeah, turn that off. So yeah, that's all that. Then over here, this is a big old painting I made back when I walked to the Farlands. So yeah, this is a screenshot. This used to be lower resolution, but then I took a brand new screenshot, and that really cleaned up the texture because I was able to use high resolution textures. But yeah, this is like 3 different paintings, I think, because you have one painting up top for just the red, and then I think, hold on. Yeah, it's like a 2x2 painting for just the red, and then it's a 3 different 4x4 paintings for this whole bottom part down here. But yeah, altogether, it was brought together just to make one screenshot, and now this should hopefully give flashbacks to some of you people. So yeah, that was all of that. And so over here we have, this was built later. This is my super smelter. Why? Just because I could. I don't think I used it. No, I might have. The only thing is, as of now, last I remember, if you automatically pull items out of a furnace with hoppers. Oh, I guess I did use it. I have saplings in here. Huh. Well, yeah. If you use hoppers with furnaces, what happens is you don't get the XP out of them because the item instantly goes out to a storage device. Okay, over here, we added a bed. We have a little fire pit going on. And yeah, nice little fishing area and a little tent. That was all built later though. Yeah, I was trying to stick to classic stuff, but like I said, I would be jumping around a little bit. I think that might be it for the 15A world. Yeah, that's considered Endivia Plateau, but we'll get to that later. I have a lot to talk about there. So yeah, this is the survival test world. And it had a dual purpose of being my beta 1.1 world. So we'll talk about survival test first. So I lived here, and what a big event that occurred. This is my bunker down here. It looks a little different now because I redesigned it later on. That's part of the beta 1.1 upgrade. But yeah, this was my bunker down here that I lived in. Do I have an easy access point? I do. So yeah, this is where I stayed, and this was my only area of safety, pretty much. Oh wait, no, this is the bunker. This is the actual bunker. All right, cool. So I did keep this part. So that's all separate. Well, either way, yeah, this was my original survival test bunker, and some of you just had flashbacks to my 0.25 episode with the creepers outside, and I'm just standing here talking. The next thing I know, I got this big old hole in the wall because, survival test 2505, creepers blow up stone. And that was changed in 0.27. Creepers could no longer destroy stone-based materials. So yeah, this bunker, it was not very safe originally. And if you look around here, creepers destroyed every block, so that included water. So yeah, you have all these craters down here. Because what would happen is, creeper would go in, then he'd get stuck down here. He would drown, he'd blow up, and then boom. And so, yeah, that was all along this area. So over here, no, here, I'll talk about up top first. So as y'all saw, you had the bottom part, and then I worked on this top side as well. So this was it. I had the main bunker down here, then I had a staircase, and then I built this house up here as kind of like extra safety and whatnot. I'm surprised I kept this one tree. I wonder why. I don't know if I'll chop it down later. We'll see. Some of the trees are likely to be ruined. Any tree that is not designated in a sanctuary is likely to be chopped. But we'll get to that later. So yeah, other than that, I think I built this in survival test. At least most of it. And then I added the glass and doors later. I built the bridge as well. The throne I definitely worked on in creative. So some of the stuff I might have worked on like later in creative because I was in survival tests for 25, 27, 28, and 29. And then also 0.30. But after survival test 0.30, I was in creative one more time. Creative 0.30. And so some of the stuff might have come from all of that. I don't totally remember. They also built the cobblestone hello and hi. Kind of funny because they showed up in reverse back with the old isometric screenshots in InDev. It showed up. It was the image just flipped left to right. So I don't know if Notch ever knew that. He might have, but I think Notch like flipped his X and Y axis or something. Notch is not very good with keeping axes consistent. So yeah, the isometric renderer in InDev is mirrored left to right. So that was interesting stuff. So I think that's it for the survival test aspect. So what this particular area is, this little house, I came back in this area and did like a soft reset in beta 1.1 because both original releases of beta 1.1 didn't have text. It wasn't until beta 1.101 that fixed the text. So I was playing the game without any text. So you see all the items didn't have names, the numbers weren't there, all the settings, all of this was just totally blanked. It's pretty funny until you try to play and then you're like, "Oh, this is a challenge." So yeah, I worked on this little backside area. So I had 2 episodes because there are 2 beta 1.1s without text. So I had all of that, and then I also worked on this nice little house up here. And so, oh, there's the sign down below. Is this Infinibacon? This might be Infinibacon. I don't know. Or it's just a regular piece of bacon. I don't know how much count there is. But yeah, so those are some of my things. So we're not going to check out the basement because I'm sticking to if you want to know what the sign is. Because I wrote down below on a sign in beta 1.1 and y'all aren't going to get to know what that sign reads unless you download the world yourself. So I'm sticking with that. I almost went down below, but then I didn't. But yeah, so I also worked on this part of the bunker in beta 1.1 as well. And down here, is it this one? No, it's not this one. I think this one just goes down to a cave. Yeah, so that one just goes down to a cave. One of these, though, is it this one? Nope, that's also more of a cave. Okay, it's this one. So this one, this is my my vault. I've got a whole bunch of gold and a whole bunch of iron blocks. And yes, it is solid. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 blocks solid, looks like. So I don't know if I'm ever going to need all this, but I have it down here just in case for some reason I want a whole bunch of gold and a whole bunch of iron. So that's what all of that is. So that is all quite solid because this was definitely, I filled it up when I was in creative because I was like, I'm going to take advantage of being in creative and just place a whole bunch of gold and iron in the world. That way, if I ever need to dig into all that iron, I have plenty. But yeah, this part of the bunker is meant to be an extension and more of a slightly modernized version, I guess, because it's planks and logs, whereas the original part was just all stone. But of course, at 0.25, you could pick up stone very easily. In fact, stone drops stone. There was no way to get cobblestone in regular survival test 0.25 because stone dropped itself. That was strange. In 0.27, if you break stone, it gives you cobblestone. So yeah, I'm really happy with this survival test world. I've thought about doing soft resets in this area before, Well, I don't know if I will, since we'll see. At this point, it would kind of just be expanding the area. But over here, this wool, I think I built this in creative. And then this is just a pit that goes all the way down to the bottom of the world. Oh, it was a cave, and it looks like creepers fell down here and destroyed that. Yeah, that's a... Well, it used to go down to the bottom of the world. In fact, it still might. Oh yeah, because you can see the void. Okay, so yeah, there's still a void hole there. It just... yeah, creepers and survival test. There's all these worlds. I started combining them bright and early, and I definitely do not recommend that to any other people. If I ever do this again, I am keeping all worlds separate until InfDev. That is my number one takeaway. If you ever work on a Polyworld, it is best if you hold off on combining your classic and InDev worlds until survival test, unless you really, really want, or not survival test, InfDev, unless you really, really want them. Yeah, InDev has a maximum width, length, and height of 1,024 blocks. All three axes cannot go past those. Yeah, we're going to talk about Endevia Plateau later because we are done with all the classic stuff. Well, pre-classic and classic. I mean, really quickly, you want to know what all this stuff is? Back when I visited the Farlands, there was a whole bunch of water here that you can see is left behind. In fact, that high as well, more floating leaves. All of this stuff is from visiting the Farlands and the spawn chunk duplication bug. But there are dedicated videos about the spawn chunk duplication bug, so I'm not going to talk about that here. So yeah, we'll head back all the way to the first InDev world I worked on. Alrighty, y'all. Here we are in the very first InDev house. I'm not going to open up those chests. I might just leave every item in purgatory. But yeah, all the items are potentially not what they used to be because of InDev and the block ID differences. We're gonna wait until 1.7. 1.7, I will open the chests. So we'll see what the things have become, because at that point, we've used up as many block IDs as possible, because in 1.8, stuff is going to be deleted. So I'm preparing for all that nice, bright, and early. But yeah, so since all of that is that, this was the spawn house for the first... I have hiccups. For the first InDev I was in. Till the moon rises. So that was all of that, and then down here, that's just a cave that goes all the way to lava. Oh yeah, I forgot, can't sprint with control. There's no hotkey to sprint yet. I am so used to having a hotkey for sprint. And that's mainly an InfDev Plus thing. Yeah, here we are, we have lava. And yeah, you can see it's a void hole underneath. But you may be wondering, what's the point of the lava? Well, the bottom layer of InDev worlds can either be bedrock or lava. If there's air, it turns into lava. If there's a solid block above it, like you see all the stone, then it turns into bedrock. So that was the very interesting. InDev worlds are interesting in how they function. Yeah, that's all that. And so over here, I built this little house because I wanted a proper house and not just the spawn house. So there's nothing in here other than a crafting table. And that was about it. You see, where'd all the trees go? Chopped down, burned down. But yeah. And one thing I'll share about this water, because of how water worked in InDev, it always wanted to flow to the lowest point, and water will move around. Not like regular vanilla in InfDev and later, where it will stay where it is and just visually flow. So this whole area dropped in sea level by a whole block. I don't think any of it's left. Oh wait, I think I fixed it. I did fix it. Okay, so yeah, in InDev, this whole place did indeed drop a block in water. Drop a whole sea level around here. But I fixed it in release 1.5, because in 1.5 you can have water creating source blocks on top of other source water. Yeah. And so over here I also built my face. Another Zelinator. Right around here though, might be flooded. Yeah, well, either way, around here, there's a cave that I went mining. I did so much coal digging that day. It wasn't to get coal, it was to get slabs, because at that time, coal blocks dropped slabs, because the coal item wasn't added yet. In fact, there were no items. This was when everything was still just blocks, I think. Maybe there were, like, tools. Yeah, never mind, there were tools. There weren't resource items. I don't know. Well, either way, there was no crafting, so coal didn't have any use, since coal blocks didn't get added until release 1.6. But yeah, so then over here, this is a staircase to the top of the world. Well, it was the top of the world. It's a diving board, pretty much. Jump into the water. But yeah, it's only 128 blocks because I manually modified every single one of my in-dev worlds to have 128 height limit. And so yeah, that was all that. Maybe wondering what happened here. All this obsidian and all the cobblestone and stone. All of this is what happens when you have all the these two different liquids meet. Yeah, water or liquid physics and InDev are quite interesting, so this created a big old border. In fact, InDev as well a little bit. Yeah, we have multiple InDev houses in this world. Yeah, that's what happens when you try to combine worlds, and so it is not a good idea. Yeah, so that one was a regular island world. This is a Hell Island world. That's why you see it's all dirt. I'm a little tempted to introduce some grass. But yeah, you may be wondering what all these little podiums are. These are for super beacons. You can see all I need is just plop down 6 beacons on top, and boom, that's all that. But yeah, I've built these. I built these when I had so many iron and gold blocks because at the time they were cheap to make. It only took four of the bars to make a block instead of 9. But yeah, then over here, this was a Hell Sky Islands world, which kind of done goofed maps because there's this big old patch of void and the maps didn't like it and the game crashed every time I tried to load up a map in this area. So yeah, this one still has trees though, but that we'll talk more about what happened with the trees in InfDev. But yeah, so then all of that was there. So each version, so there's that version, this one, this type, and then over here, regular Sky Islands world. See you later, Squid. Bye. Yeah. So I was sticking around in these 4 types of Sky Islands for only a little bit of time. But yeah, I had all 4 of these worlds together, and then I was like, yeah, it's time to upgrade. So I was only in each world for like 1 version. And over here, this is the last one. At this time, it looks like the end of houses don't even have the chests anymore, so there might only be like 2 or 3 end of houses with chests. And so that was all that. I've already forgotten which InDev version. But then we come over here. I was in this InDev world for such a long time because the terrain generator didn't change at all for a little while. So at this point we're approaching like mid or late InDev. And so this is a normal inland world, I think. And yeah, I got quite a lot of stuff done on here. So you see I have this big old house here. So I have some sort of like cafeteria dining room, and then we go up here. You got the sunrise room, which you can no longer see the sunrise. Well, okay, you can still see the sunrise. You just can't see the sunset anymore because it's no longer sunrises in the north, sets in the south. It's now sunrises in the east, sets in the west, as as it should in the real world. So yeah, that was all that. Let me head over here. So we have quite a bit of stuff. You may be wondering, why is the floor all slabs? Bad guys can't spawn on these slabs. Teehee. So yeah, I was chilling in this area for a nice good long while. Ooh. No, I will not open the chests. Every in-depth chest I will wait to open until later because I don't know what's safe and what's not. So down here, maybe wondering, what's this? This is my fire pit. Back in earlier in-dev, you just lit a fire on the ground and threw your ores into it and boom, it spit out all the bars. And so that's what happened here. So this is before furnaces. Furnaces are later in InDev. Yeah, this is a extra storage room. And back when the chests were solid, you weren't wub. I'm trying to walk across that because there's all solid blocks. So that's a kind of an oversight on my part. Oops, having chests in the floors. So yeah, that was all that. Then over here, this is the original in-dev house from the area, but I redesigned it and kind of incorporated it as a little add-on, I guess, to the main base of operations I've got going on here. So then we head up top, got a nice good view of the sky, and then here's the tower. Tower that goes all the way up to the top of the old world. I don't remember if I added anything up here, but we're going to fly all the way up. This took me so long cooking up all the glass and getting all the torches. Oop. And so yeah, here we are. This was the top of the world way back when. And so yeah, little fact about this world. Back when this before this tower was fully completed, I did a little experiment where I flooded the world. And by doing that, I set the water border outside the end of world to be above or right about the top of the world. So it was only to here. Because if I had the sea level above the height limit, what would happen is the water would flood straight down from the top. That's not what I wanted. I wanted a flooding experience, not a total instant drown. So I set the sea level to be a couple blocks beneath the top of the world. So that way all the water would flow in from the sides. And like I was saying, it always flow to the bottom, bottom area. So all the water on all four sides of the world would start filling up all the caves, all the lowest parts of the world, and then eventually it would all just stockpile. And it was a fun little challenge, except it started lagging after a few minutes. And oops. So yeah, that's what happened all there. But yeah, I'm still very happy with this base. It turned out amazing in my opinion. One of my favorite in-dev bases of all time. Over here we have Loot Lake because bad guys, not even bad guys, any mob, would just swim in the lake and then they would drown because the oxygen meter was at the bottom of the model, not the top, and so because their oxygen was based on the bottom of the model, they whenever they tried to swim, they were drowned. That got fixed later, but yeah, there's all these mob drops, and that's why I called it Loot Lake. So over here, that apparently doesn't go anywhere. Over here is where I have. I really should not have this. This be so low. Oh man, this is minimal. I'm clunking my face on every single step. Yeah, we have a whole bunch of mines down here. So this one goes to the side of the world. You see the bedrock over there. This one goes to the side of the world, and so does this one as well. However, these go much, much farther. You see, you can't even see the bedrock at the other side. Those go all the way to the end of the other three worlds. I may have slightly deleted a few bedrock in order to get all this going. Now you may be wondering, what's this arrow? I think this was the last tunnel I worked on or something, and so I put this arrow to signify which tunnel I was still working on. I think that was this one. I don't know, not important. Unless there was something special down there. There might have been. Truthfully, I don't remember. But yeah, of course I worked on that bedrock later. Once I started getting more worlds. Yeah, over here we have this fancy little, I don't know, flower park, I guess. I don't know. It's just a flower garden. There's not much to it. Then over here, if I'm correct, it should still be in here. Yep. My negative durability ground tiller. Back when so basically golden ground tillers for some reason had a very high durability compared to all the other gold tools. But then that was reduced. It was fixed. And so if the tool had taken more damage than what the ground tiller itself was then changed, which I think is only 64 uses. So if it took more damage and if you converted or if you updated the world, then you would have negative durability. Of course, it's not good to use because then it'll poof instantly if you try to use it, but it's fine. And so over here, this used to be a tree farm because back in InDev, trees were limited. And so I had a tree farm temporarily, and then I kind of got rid of it when I upgraded InfDev. I died to that lava. That lava made me mad, so when I respawn, well, I didn't respawn, I didn't reload my previous save. So when I redid the world, I had to put the lava there. Then this was me controlling the water. So that used to be taller. There used to be a lot of water there, but I dropped the sea level just so I could flood this. In fact, I took water from there and I took water from, there's another lake somewhere around here. Took water from over there. So I kind of irrigated the water to be over there. Because like I said, water physics were interesting and in-depth. And then I wonder, this fake desert was added later. As you can see, I got cactus and sandstone, so this was added a little later. Yeah, favorite Minecraft structure, the desert well. So of course I had to build it. Let's see. Is that all that for this world? Almost. Oh yeah, over here. I totally forgot about it. They were staring me right in the face. So I have this underwater area. So you come down here, and you're like, cool, water. And that's about it. Yeah, it's completely filled up with dirt. This is meant to be like a trench or something. Then you go in here. This is a cave. Excuse me, pig. You go in here, and this is access to a cave. There's a creeper. There's a surprise creeper around here one day. I'm pretty sure that footage is on stream. Yeah, then over here, another thing that was added much later, other than the train station, was my lapis biome. So I made this. So instead of having grass, we have lapis blocks, and so the trees are made out of redstone and gold. Yeah, it was meant to be just to use this all up, and to this day, other than enchanting, this is one of the best uses for lapis, making a lapis biome. And I think that was all that. Y'all ready for the big one? We will start here. This is hold up. The revived Zella News broadcasting station. So when I make news videos, well, since the world is active, the warp's inactive, therefore I'm not going to be on here after this recording session, probably. So I hop in here. This is a broadcasting room run. It's 1 through 5, and I realize I don't have a green screen room. I'm gonna have to add that when the series gets going again. But yeah, so if I have any announcements, I just hop in one of here. I could put the announcements on the sign. That's what the signs are for. And so, yeah, nothing else. These rooms are meant to be like offices and stuff, but I never fill them up with desks. They're kind of empty. Most of these buildings are indeed just empty. We're gonna go all the way to the top. I wonder if what I have up here is still in use. Okay, that's the top. Yep. The Council of Farlanders is now officially public. That was the one and only time that I recorded a announcement here. Why do I have Steve? Oh, I do not know why I have the Steve skin. Oh, I know. It's because this is the default skin, and so for right now, I don't have skins loaded. That'll get fixed in I think 1.8. I would need a mod. I would need a mod in 1.7 that fixes skins or the workaround to get the Betacraft proxy working. So yeah, this is the default Steve skin, but because of my resource pack, that's why the rest of me looks kind of like me. So that way I could still see my arms and whatnot. Yeah, this was the only time that I utilized the announcement room was the Council of Farlanders video, because after that I didn't have any more announcements to make, and then the series went on hiatus before part 4, and then poof. So it kind of just sits here. But yeah, this is the brand new Zella News broadcasting station. So I'll need to add green screen somewhere. I might build it up top. I don't know, because I like the 3 different levels. Like, I think this design turned out well. Each one contrasting each other. Alright, so then where to start? Here, well, since this is a whole plot world, we'll just go back and forth. In fact, I guess technically we should start at that corner. Because each one of these plots was intentionally designed. I wanted the city to be a plot-based layout. So yeah, this is Endevia Plateau. I kind of mentioned it. So yeah, we're going to go through each one of these one by one. So over here, this is a pig racing area. So it works. I want to say I tried it out only ever once, but it's fine. Or maybe this was horse racing. I don't remember. I built this in like 1.4, 1.5. This was late. This was late in the series. This is definitely not in depth. But yeah, you definitely need a ref though. I think, yeah, so this is all the redstone down below. I don't remember which one. I really didn't label these. Oh, I know. So this one, this lever, yeah, that's for the starting point. So yeah, okay, so this would be for pigs, because that way you just zoom on out of there. So yeah, that's for all that. But for some reason, I don't know why, I thought it was a cool idea. The whole side of all of this is retractable. So this is how you get in and out. So you see the doors over here. These doors were necessary because otherwise, if you flip these up, you can't get in because it's 2 blocks tall and you can't jump over that. And so yeah, I made the whole side area all retractable, and I struggled. Certain places I really did struggle. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I at least used it once. At least I hope I did. And so we go down here. Should those trapdoors be down? Oh no, these trapdoors are extended because I don't want... You're not supposed to land on the glass. That was kind of an oversight. Oops, my fault. So yeah. Goes all along here. The final area, and then poof! Is there anything in these? No. Yay, you win. I don't know, y'all can put like fireworks or whatever. And then you have these trapdoors here. This is also the how to get off. But yeah, the redstone was quite complicated, so we're gonna head down on here. It's a whole bunch of repeaters and a whole bunch of torches. But yeah, all of this. This took me a couple weeks to work on, I believe. And I also ran out of redstone, I think like twice or something. That was not fun. And so that was all that. Oh, I forgot about something. Staring me right in the face. This is important because it goes into that. So this was meant to be like an underwater area. Like, I don't know. This was kind of representative a little bit of an old server I played on called Vortex. And I was living in the city of Atlantis. And so there's a bunch of these glass domes around here. So this is a little bit like that. And then you have this gateway, you have more bedrock that goes into the over here. And that minecart moved, and it's not supposed to. I need to push that back. There you go. So yeah, basically, this was absolutely miserable to make, and I'm never making a minecart elevator again. And so once you're in, you could just spam click, and poof, you made it. Oopsies. Yay! So here we are. This is now the flying football. Because if you look at it, it seriously looks like a football. So here's a whole storage area. I'm pretty sure I never used these. But hey, at least it was all decorated. And so if you want to jump down, you can just open these. And then we land in the water down there. So you got the 4 blocks here, then you got the water down below. Or you could be a boring person and climb the ladder. But yeah, I built the minecart elevator, you might as well use it. Yeah, this is the main lobby area. And it's not very decorated. This is where you'd have like seats and whatnot. Do these go anywhere? Oh, they do. So yeah, so all of these are meant to be like the propellers and whatnot, but you know, you can't really make the blocks spin. And so to copy that, I just utilized some redstone, and so it's kind of like it's spinning, I guess. But yeah, that ends up creating a necessary amount of lag. So if you want the game to run normal, let's not have that going. Alright, so that was all that. And then yeah, so I got all 4 propellers on each side. I really built this wrong originally, and it was offset, and it made me so mad. Someone pointed it out, I forgot who it was, but I was like, I'm pretty confident it's the same. I'm not seeing it. And then it was only when I went back, counted, did the math, that's when I was like, oh yeah, it is offset. Yeah, okay, I'll own up, I did it wrong. Then up here, this was supposed to be the captain's quarters or whatever, and it ended up just being the backside. This is the actual captain's quarters. Yeah, I put the staircase backward, and I was like, ooh. So yeah, this is technically the control room. And I never decorated it. These are weird. I really put 3 doors. Huh. Huh. Alright, cool. But yeah, so this is the top part, top deck, I guess. And yeah, that's all that. So like I was saying, if you look at it, ignoring the propellers, it kind of looks like a football when you look at it. So I really went into that. Well, it's kind of just like, you know, a brown oval. It's the only part of it that looks like a football. So yeah, that was all that. I want to know what this is. This is a track that goes all the way around Endevia Plateau, but we'll talk about that later. Next is this building. This is going to take a long time. This is the Team Trient headquarters. You see the sapling? Say no to saplings. So that's why you got the big lava. Lava signifies, you know, burning it down and stuff. And because this was also a little dark, I had to put lava in the ceiling because this was before glowstone, or before I was able to easily get glowstone. This was alpha 1.0, I think. I really don't remember when I worked on it. But yeah, this is the main like lobby area, and so our big symbol is a sapling that's crossed out with lava. And so we go up here. This is the meeting room. This is the round table. So here's my chair, Zelinator, the leader. If any one of you want to become a member of Team Trient, where we burn down, chop down, blow up all sorts of trees here in Minecraft, feel free to put in applications to me. We only have one other member, and that's Gyration. He is a fighter fire. That is exactly what he wanted. So far, there's been no other official signups. And then we head on over here. This is just outside. I probably should put a fence here. It's fine. Well, then we head all the way to the back side. Other outside stuff. This is not OSHA compliant, but oh well. And then up top, this is our storage area. I don't think I ever used. Oh no, I have signs. Oh yeah, those signs are for when other people sign up. We're looking for more members, as you can tell. But yeah, looking at it, it kind of looks like a 3-tiered cake. But that wasn't intentional; it just sort of happened. But I guess that's all fine. And then over here, this plot was really fun to work on. So I'll start down here since this is related to Indev. So this hole was indeed dug in Indev because the other stuff was out in like Alpha and Beta. This was a really big cave, and I even made it slightly larger. But yeah, this massive cavern here, I was so surprised seeing this in Indev. I was like, whoa, it's a big cave. So you have this pathway. It kind of just loops around and whatnot. Enters more other branches of the cave, but it allows you access to this little viewing chamber. I was going to put glass here, but then I was like, this is so small. I'm not going to put glass. So instead of being a viewing chamber, it's kind of just a suspended platform. Yeah, we have the rest of the caves and whatnot, various branches. But yeah, I was so surprised at seeing such a large cave in Indev, because usually caves in Indev are, you know, little spaghetti ones like this one, even smaller than that. But yeah, over here, this goes all the way down. This is the tunnels I was talking about. So remember the main mining area? Yeah, that's off in that direction. And so I think so now we're at the bottom of the world. So yeah, that's all that. In fact, yeah, here's a big old lava pit. And yeah, more caves. The caves here turned out pretty alright. Like, this area was pretty good for mining, I must say. Yeah, so this was indeed worked on in Indev. So we head up top here, and so now for the rest of this stuff. This is what has been known as the Vav Hotel, and I'll say why it's the Vav Hotel later. So this part over here, this is kind of the start of it. This was worked on in Beta 1.7. Ooh, look at this very big death pit. And yeah, that's I never did anything with that, but it's fine. But we can cover it up. And so if I flip this one, it not only flips that, which kind of does negate this, but well, it's fine. So we'll just keep that down, I guess. So over here, it opens up the staircase, and so you can head back. And now, once you're back here, poof, close the doors as well. And then now the other side can't control it all. So this is like, I don't know, underground, or not really well, like underground in quotes area, like meeting room, like, you know, the underground railroad and whatnot. So that was all that. So you can see the redstone on the outside. I didn't really try covering it up. Yeah, at least not yet. Maybe later. There's a lot of like maybe laters on here. Over here, this is the main dining room, but we'll talk about that later since that came at a later point. So yeah, this area was started in beta, and so that's where it began. That one? Yeah, it is this one. Okay. So yeah, over here we go up the stairs, and this is the top part of the Vav Hotel. And then this goes down, meeting rooms and whatnot. But yeah, this wasn't added until later. The wood stuff that you see up here, like this area and the wood over there, all of that was added first in beta 1.7, and so the rest of it kind of was added later. After my walk to the Farlands, because I spent one day in beta 1.7.3, like playing normally, and then the rest of it was I was in walking to the Farlands. So yeah, that all happened. And so over here, this is the official lobby of the Vav Hotel. I don't have any like desk or anything, but it would go here. So you walk along, and yeah, it's unnecessary having two double doors, but it's fine. So then over here, the meeting rooms. These were not fun, but they turned out interesting. So I flipped a lever right. You have this dancing table, and it's not just this one. Both of them do it. You have these two meeting rooms with tables that just casually like to move. And so, yeah, it's interesting. Quite interesting, I must say. And then little pathway. So you see I had the extra stuff. But yeah, I carried that concept over, because you see, these are all pistons, right? I carried that concept over. Uh-oh. I heard more of them flip that weren't supposed to. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no! That's not supposed to be that's not supposed to work together. Oops. Oopsies. I'll need to fix that. That's on the urgent list. But yeah. So all the tables in here are supposed to be controlled by the one lever, and they are. And yeah, so that just leads there. This is just another access point. I realized for a while I realized like I don't have a kitchen. I wasn't gonna add this loading dock area, but then this loading dock area with the big rolling doors, you know, big metal rolling doors. That's what this was supposed to be. But then this kind of turned into the one kitchen. This is like the super furnace or whatever. The real cooking area, because that's like the smokestack and whatnot goes out the it doesn't go anywhere. Never mind. Yeah, this is meant to be the hood that takes all the steam and all the smoke and funnels it up and out. And then we have shelves and preparation tables and whatnot. This was early release, so it's kind of limited. Even so, 1.6 is still considered early release. All the way through 1.8, I say, is early release. 1.9 to like 1.20. Well, anyways, so yeah, that's it for the dining area. Then we have the second floor here. We got a good viewing chamber of what's down below. And then we have two different areas. We'll start first here. This is kind of just, like, I don't know, preparation room. I don't have a door here. I do have a door here. It's invisible. Okay, that's cool. Alright, so, yeah, these are half doors that turn invisible. I think they're going to be visible again later. But yeah, that's slightly comedic. But yeah, this is meant to be sort of like, I don't know, a storage room and also roof access for this part. So we head over here to the other side that we go up. What is this? I don't know why this block is missing. It's supposed to be? Huh. I don't know. I don't think so. Could be them pesky Endermen. Unless I was supposed to put a door there. I don't know, honestly. I don't remember. So yeah, we go up here. This is something I worked on in early release. So, okay, yeah, this is definitely a door. And yeah, this is the fire escape. Yeah, there's not supposed to be a door there, but yeah, this is a big old fire escape. I know I got totally sidetracked. Yeah, this is the fire escape. And so these are meant to be like individual rooms, but then when I added the staircase on the inside, it ended up not working out so well. So these are not individual rooms. They kind of are, but like they're all open. Yeah, they just keep going up, and then poof, the last guy. You got the little hub up here, and then you got the top roof access. Then you have this flag, and yeah, there's nothing on the flag. It's just white. Yeah, that's all that. And so this is meant to be all these planks, or not the planks. The slabs are all meant to be like to help you not fall off. I would have done these as half slabs, but half slabs were not available at the time because this was early release. Like I was saying, early release. Yeah, that's all that. And I realized I missed a part unintentionally. I was supposed to cover it, but oops. So we head back down here. We do not head down there. We head here. No. Alright, hold up, I'm lost. Okay, I know how to get there. Never mind. I'm not lost, but it's like... Are there pathways here? No. So here it is. So this cobblestone area. These are the actual rooms of the Vav Hotel. Very nice. Well, you know, I don't know how many people would like this much glass in their hotel room, but yeah, if you want something more covered, you got this. Where you see the second building over there. But yeah, that's all that. And so I really should have covered this before. I didn't realize it stopped because I thought there was an exit on that side, but I was mistaken. But yeah, this whole area is kind of a little haphazard. Because, and you want to know why it's called the Vav Hotel? I had this image one day of a building, and I kind of just put it together. But if you look at this, if you look at the window, VAV, that's why it's called the Vav Hotel, because the window says Vav, I guess. So yeah, that was all that. And so I had this general shape and the image for this sort of hotel, and then I put this whole hotel like right next to this, and so I kind of just brought it all together. And then we have this fancy little little fountain up top. Of course, resource pack. The texture's unmoving. Oh well. Over here we have a dirt fish. Is it solid? Nope. It's like an empty chocolate bar. No. Okay, this is dirt. This was definitely an Enderman here. Boop. So yeah. So I spent a whole bunch of dirt on these dirt fish. It used to be a dirt pyramid, right? Because you see, you got the one pyramid here. And then it became a dirt hourglass because then I built this section. But then I added one more on top. And so if you look at it from the outside, and if you tilt your head 90 degrees over on its side, it kind of looks like a fish, just kind of squished. So that's what all happened here. And then we head off in this direction. And this was my attempt at making music in Minecraft. Why are the note blocks so close? Because if they're too far away, you're not going to hear them. So around the note block 2.0. I never updated this to 3.0. And why is there space between the quotes and the A? Too late, I'm not fixing it. Man, February 2022. Wow, I remember all this. I wonder, is all this stuff currently on? Up is disabled, down is enabled. Oh yeah, all this stuff is on, so if I flip that lever, y'all are gonna hear it. Y'all have never heard this tune in the past year, and so I guess I'll flip it on real fast. I gotta at least give y'all a quick listen to it. Can y'all tell I had no idea what I was doing? I certainly can. Yeah, originally it was just the 4 different areas. So you see what happened here was this was a beta 1.2 because I got working on this really quickly here. So I did not have repeaters at the time. So these main little sections down here, like at the very middle as well, this was all before repeaters. And then, you know, I spent a couple days in beta 1.2, and then we updated beta 1.3, and so that's when I was able to add repeaters and add a little more to this. Now this was quite interesting because the whole system is essentially on up until the last point where I have to add the delay to turn these off or flick these on, and that's because I needed this to be and an on and off. I needed it all to flip over twice to activate, and so I struggled a bit. I spent a lot of time figuring out the whole little system here, but yeah, it eventually worked, and so it sure doesn't sound very good, but at least I figured it out eventually. And one day I'd like to clean it up and make it better, but I kind of don't want to undo all my hard work. Oh well. And so that was that plot. Over here, we have a lot to unpack here. We have a few different things. So we'll start here. This is the oldest part. This is my big old furnace room. So you could tell it's old because I have coal in the ceiling. Coal's not supposed to be there because that coal is for that came around in InfDev. So this was before InfDev. So yeah, this is my furnace room for the InDev house that we're gonna check out later. And so over here, this is these are all chests. Do they crash the game? I don't want to find out because there's a certain period where chests, if you try to open them, they will crash your game. And once I'm done with this plot, I'll be honest. Oh wait, here's my house. Yeah. Once I'm done with this plot, I'm gonna need to take a break from recording, and I'll get some num-nums. But yeah, so all of this, so this is meant to be like a super chest, and it was all connected. You were able to open it back in like beta 1.7 and earlier when the chests were all connected and stuff. Then over here we have wolves that I was able to dye colors in 1.4, and I just called them all Inu. Inu means dog in Japanese. And so this is my Inu army. So they're all numbered. Why are they numbered like this? They're numbered like this just because those were the ID tags they were assigned. And it was not very fun getting them all back here. So next, over here, we have my bounty board. So let's see, what's the first thing? Finish the monorail. Okay, so that means I started working on this in InfDev, right? Dig out town plot. Expand fake monolith. Yeah, I started working on this in InfDev then. Yeah, so this is my bounty board, and so these are the different tasks I have on here, and I wonder if I currently have any more because I'll need to add. Oh no, I don't. If I had blank signs, I would start adding. I need to fix something. Oh yeah, I need to fix the redstone in the Vav Hotel. But I don't have any signs right here, and so to keep this legit, I'll only add new signs if I actually have them. But yeah, so I have a bunch of bounty boards. We can go all the way up to bounty board N. I don't know if all of this is going to be filled up. Like, we're only in 1.6, and we're on the fifth wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're on the fifth wall already. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I end up filling all of this up. And it looks like I didn't label all of these. Oh wait, no, the text just... That's weird. The text disappears before the thingy. But yeah, this is the correct spelling of Endevia Plateau. This is how you spell Endevia Plateau. No H. That is not the correct spelling. Sorry. This is Endevia Plateau. Yeah, there's no H at the end of Endevia. And Plateau is not Flateau. I don't know where you people keep getting this from, but this is how you spell it. And I make a oh my gosh, I spelled it wrong again? Why? Okay, so only trust the first few signs. I don't know where that H came from. Well, anyways, I don't know where you people keep getting these ideas from, but yeah, it's happened so much that I'm very intentionally making a big old point here. Yeah, over here we have Peekaboo Pixel, because when Peekaboo Pixel finally went away, I was sad. I was very sad. Because he was in the game from like 19A till like InfDev like 607 or 608. I think it was 608. But yeah, so when he finally went away, I made this little memorial to Peekaboo Pixel. And then jumping ahead to release 1.1 when I got to enjoy creative because the hotkey switch, or not 1.1, it was a snapshot for 1.1. I built my big old statue, a statue of my skin, because I was like, this is the last time I'm gonna ever get to enjoy creative. I do not plan on having a creative mode switch key. I see how terribly Method's Minecraft Polyworld turned out and how unfun it is. So I'm not gonna make the same mistake. So my last time I was able to enjoy creative after Classic 0.30 was the 11W49, I think. Yeah, it's the skin complete with the half of a kebab memorial cape. I plan on keeping that around for probably the rest of my life. It will be permanently attached to my skin all the way until the day comes where Mojang grants me the actual cape block, or the cape on my skin. That is unlikely to happen. So oh well. But yeah, you can see the resolution I did 2 by 2. So each pixel I made was 2 by 2 pixels. Of course, mine are exception just to make sure the corners still line up. But yeah, I wanted it twice the size because it would be a little small if I built it in the 16 by 16 resolution, so I doubled the resolution. That's almost that. So yeah, jumping further ahead to 1.4, gonna fly on up here as the Zella Moon stares at me. So this is the Wither Fighting Arena. It started out first. You got this cobblestone box because I needed some sort of like structure surrounding it. So you got this cobblestone box, and this is sort of like a cast, I guess. This is to make sure that everything went fine. So yeah, the whole cobblestone around here was just to keep track of everything, make sure I'm all safe. We jump down in here. This is the actual fighting, the Wither fighting room. I built it out of bedrock because I didn't want the Wither going around. Where did I get the bedrock? Creative. Like I said in that 11W49A, I gave myself so much bedrock that I should hopefully be all nice, fine, dandy, happy set for a good long while. So yeah, I fought the Wither, and I took him out in about 20 to 30 seconds. I slapped him with my sword a few times, and he went down. He was a lot easier than I thought. Yeah, let me go behind the whole reasoning behind this. So first, you climb up, you go down here. This is the bottom area. You climb the ladder, you go up top. So if you really want it, I guess you could also include up here. But the reason why, this got broken. Whoop. Yeah, this is when the Wither exploded. He destroyed some of that. Yeah, you are indeed supposed to have light here because this is all skylight. So because this is skylight, that's why it's glass. So that way I get skylight down there. Well, anyways, so you start up here. This is the whole beginning area, right? So you're like, okay, I'm ready to fight. Charge! So then you hop on in, build the Wither, fight him, and whatnot. But say you're not doing too well, you're like, okay, give me a breather. You jump down here, and then poof, you're safe. So he's stuck up there because he can't fit through the one block holes. So as long as you just chill down here, you could heal up, eat some nom noms, wait around, take a breather. Then when you're ready, you climb back up, and then start back in. Keep going on your battle. Of course, you don't want to take too long because chances are he'll heal up in that time as well. But yeah, that was the whole reasoning. But yeah, I tried so hard not to mess up because if I misplaced a cobblestone or if I misplaced a bedrock, I was doomed. Because I built this in like 1.4, maybe 1.5, maybe even 1.6. It was late. I was starting to prepare for the Wither early, but it was taking a long time to get those skulls, I think. Well, either way, I had to wait around a little while until I was able to get all the Wither stuff. So yeah, in fact, I want to say I fought the Wither on like the very last stream, episode 280, maybe 279. But yeah, I fought the Wither like the end. That was one of the last things I did, and so I was able to make one beacon. Yeah, we're gonna head back down here. Oh wait, no, hold on. We're not gonna head down there. So we're gonna head. Whee! I built this super high up because I wanted it away from any other structures. See you later. And I think that's all that. So yeah, time to get on to the rest of this stuff. Alrighty, so here we are. Just getting over here. This is the Endev house. Well, the original one, I should say. This was the Endev house that generated with this world. So as you can see, I had a lot of chests in here because I really did kind of live in this area. I extended off, kind of like old Minecraft nostalgia, and then ended up not working out so well. Yeah, we're not gonna open these chests. I don't know which ones are safe and which ones are not. Yeah, we're gonna wait. Gonna wait a good long while. I don't touch the chests, they don't initiate, I think. So down here, we encountered some water, and so this cave kind of got flooded. But yeah, this is more of the pathway I was talking about earlier. But yeah, so nothing else too fancy down here. And this is about the time when this whole middle section of the world kind of just stopped block updating. So all this grass here stayed dirt because that world had block updates. This middle one did not, but the one over there did, because these are 3 different Endev worlds altogether. And yes, here we are, the chicken farm. I wonder. I have concern. I wonder how many eggs are in there. Oh my gosh. Y'all ready to watch me utilize this thing? Because look, there's a lot of chickens in there, so I think it's time we reset the system. Does that seem fine to you? Because I might as well show off how this works. So you have all the chicken, right? And then you press this button. That was loud. And so you wait. Chickens don't know how to breathe underwater, right? At least they can't last time I checked. So what happens to the chickens? Well, watch. Bye. And thus, it's very loud. It's because of all the dispensers going on. But yeah. So you may be wondering, why are the items bouncing around? Because apparently those are completely full. Oops. Yeah, we're gonna fire this thing off and get it going again. Because apparently we have a very large amount. We have a very large amount of eggs, and so we're gonna have to wait around a little bit. And so, don't worry, I'll cut the boring part out. Alright, y'all, that's probably good enough. I think I picked up all the eggs I needed. But yeah, we ended up getting 48 raw chicken and 50 feathers from that. So I think then that kind of cleaned up enough. We're just gonna... That's not the right button. Button, lever, here, there, everywhere. Alright, so yeah, now we started off with a bunch less chickens. I do not want slime balls in there. Yeah, there's a little complicated system down here in terms of like how it all works. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. So basically, all the eggs, they start here, then they end up there in that chest. So after this chest, it kind of goes down a little bit and then loops back up right here. I wonder if I'm able to go down. No, probably not. Well, yeah, that's all that. But we have a daylight sensor over here. What is this supposed to do? This fires the eggs. I had to think about that. But yeah, this daylight sensor, when it turns night, there's a certain delay that this will trigger, and it'll start shooting off eggs. So basically, that's where all those chickens came from, because this just kept running automatically, because every night, whenever it turns night, poof, this starts shooting off eggs and all that jazz. I don't know where these go. They go into somewhere in the warehouse somewhere. We're just going to hold on to them for now. Alright, but yeah, that was all that. That was built a little later. So something else that was built, beta was the cake stand. Yeah, this was just meant to be a showcase of cake. That's about it. I wonder, do I have the vignette on? I don't remember. I think it was disabled. Cool. Okay, so yeah, this is the Mixels that y'all can see by the big X, you know, the golden X. So yeah, this is the Mixels built in early beta. That's why it's very simple in construction. So yeah, you got the big open area here. It's really a lot more spacious than what it should be. There's the drive-through window. So hi. And, you know, because this is old school, you got 2 windows. So people is like, all right, pay here, take your order, all that fun jazz. Well, after the speaker. So then you come over here. This is the food output slot. So yeah, then you got the menu with delicious looking creepers. And then back here, there's the storage. You got shelves and whatnot. But yeah, like I said, simple design because it's built back in beta. You want the full menu? Look, there's some more people. But yeah, so the driveway, there's a drive-through, doesn't go anywhere. There's no overhang, which is kind of an oversight, but oh well, maybe one day I'll expand it. Over here, there's the fancy fountain. I don't know if that's what I called it, but that's what it is as of right now until I forget. So yeah, nothing too special about it other than I wanted water over half slabs because I wanted the trench to look deep. I didn't want it to look too deep. I didn't want it to be 2 blocks deep. That's where all that came from. I don't remember when I built it. Over here, classic Herobrine trap. You walk in and you get stuck. Yeah. So that's all that. And let me I probably should break it off. Whatever. So yeah, that's all that there. And then here, this was what I call him, Snow Longer here. That's who he was. So I built Snow Longer here in RC1, and he died rather quickly. But yeah, he was my snow farm. Because if I stand down here with the snow golem, and you break this block, snow golems place snow wherever they stand. So you could just hold left click with a shovel, and you would be picking up so much snow from that. And so, but then he died, and so these are all the snowballs he dropped, all 7 of them. And so yeah, that's I called him Snow Longer here because he's no longer here. Boom. So remember what I was talking about with all the lag before? Yeah, this plot is spawners. I worked on this in Alpha 1.2. So this was back when I was using the old duplication bug in Alpha 1.2, and I made a whole bunch of spawners. And so you see, I went all out with these spawners, and I built this whole little archway, and now I've got endless bacon. And so yeah, good. It's all right with XP, but yeah, it's a lot better if you have a fire aspect sword. Which do I? I do not actually have knockback too. Yeah, if you have like fire aspect sword, you get a lot of cooked bacon from that. And also this high over here. What was the point of this high? I wrote this again when this whole area was engulfed in the Farlands, and so this is before my second Farlands visit. I came on down here, and yeah. So since I made it all the way into the spawn chunks, the duplicate spawn chunks, that's what all this is from. If you head over here, this was meant to be like a beach area. I think there used to be sand, but I took out the sand, made it all grass. Yeah, we have these we have some very large umbrella tent thingies. Parasols, if you want to call them that. And then back here, I already talked about the mob farm, the minecart station. Here we are, Stan the Stump. I think that's what I call him. Or is it Steve? Nope, Stan. Yep, Stan the Stump. So apparently I chop down every tree in this world, right? That's what I do, I chop trees. I somehow missed one. I missed Stan the Stump. And so he got to live. And I was like, I'm gonna let him stick around for the rest of this world. And so I did. And so therefore he gets to keep on living. I didn't show it off, but here, this is the bottom part of the mob farm. So all the items, you stand here and you slap, and then these are all the drops from them. I have a lot of arrows in zombie flesh. Where'd that dirt come from? I don't know why I left that in there. Oh well. So yeah, then over here. What is this? Oh, this is my achievement area. Yeah, this is my achievement area. So when I went all out trying to get all the achievements, which I'm gonna have to do again in 1.11 or 1.7. No, maybe it will be between 1.7 and 1.11. I'll be trying to get more achievements again. I don't know. I got them once, and I don't know if we'll ever try again. Yeah. So this is my area to acquire all the achievements and whatnot. So you got the wooden tools, diamond cake bread, all that fun jazz. So that was all that. Then over here, look at this. So this is a tiny little map. This is this is in fact I think the most zoomed out map. And so one day I'll keep working on this potentially and like fill in more of the InDev area or more of the InfDev area, all the place that surrounds this. And that'll be all that. But for this is the unzoomed map. And I kind of wish I could turn sideways. Oh well. Yeah, here you can see you got the old worlds up there. You got the 4 of them plus the 2 InDev worlds. Drop down a bit, then you have more of them, more of the middle area, right about where that boat is, and then you drop down even more, and so you got the bottom area. Now, normally you see all that Z fighting and whatnot. Oh, looks like they did fix it. Oh wait, remember when I was talking about like where'd the map go? Yeah, apparently it was fixed. So it looks like the map bug did indeed get fixed. Well, anyways, so yeah, that was all that. And so yeah, you down here, you got Indevia Plateau. So that brings quite a bit of happiness. And yes, this is north facing. That way's north. Yeah. So that's all that. But yeah, we are here, right where that green dot is. But yeah, you see all the Z fighting and whatnot, all the flickering and the popping in and out. Yeah, I needed to get a mod because it's not until release 1.7 that maps take up the whole block. And so, yeah, that's the reasoning. So yeah, I had to use a mod to get these full screen maps. So that's what's going on right here. But yeah, so I think that's all of this plot. So next one, this whole plot was dedicated to like a park or something. I don't know. You have these little seating areas. You can tell this is old because these are still solid blocks and not stairs. Yeah, you have the little pathways and whatnot to walk around. But yeah, this is a park, and there's not much more to say about that. Then here we are. This is right about the middle of Indevia Plateau. This is the Indevia Plateau City Hall. And so this took a while to build. I was supposed to work on it in InDev, but all I got was the whole bottom section. I didn't even work on the top part. Yeah, there's not much down here. Oh yeah, we built the city. We built the city on rock, and we built the city on roll. Ha, ha. Get it? Funny joke. That just leads down to a cave or something. In fact, I think I dug that staircase coming out. That's why it's in a weird position. But yeah, we built the city on rock and roll. And so, yeah, here we are. Head on in. You got the main lobby area down here. Nice big open space. You head up top, fancy staircases, and then boom, second level. There's nothing up here. I guess I never decorated. I thought I added like stairs, or not stairs, like tables and whatnot. That appeared to not happen, but yeah, so that's all. That's the city hall. That is the closest point to the middle of town. You may be wondering what happened with all these stairs. This was built way back between InDev and like Alpha, and so at the time, stairs they really want to face forward because stairs would always face away from blocks at that time. They were not rotation dependent. And so if I took away that block, you can see all the stairs face this way because they're facing away from the stair block behind it. Because, you know, weird notch logic in how this stuff worked. So yeah, that's why all these stairs are like that. And then the reason why there's the corners is because as of 1.4 or 1.5, somewhere around there, maybe it was even 1.3, I don't remember, where you can get these corner blocks on stairs. And when those were added, I thought it was one of the coolest features because having stairs that could bend to be L's and also shrink to be just the one stub, those are so cool. So nice for building, as opposed to just the standard 3/4 stairs. But yeah, both sides. And so a lot of old stairs are like that, and I just never bothered to change it. So we head over here. This is a library. Looks like I never labeled it. Ah, yes, I actually decorated this. So this is where, you know, you sit at the computer, do your research stuff. This is just the main area, main lobby. So you got the receptionist, the gray lady, I guess. Props if you know what that's from. And then here's the actual library area. So you got all these bookshelves around here, and then also more of the pistons. There's no lever to control these, I think. Yeah, so head around here, head up top, and then poof, you're on the second floor. There's even more books and whatnot. So I got some tables and stuff to sit and do stuff. Oh, I even put some books in here. Yeah, wow. I even put stuff in the chests. I did good on decorating this place. Yeah, that's about it. Anything I'm missing? Nope, not really. All right. So yeah, that's all I have to say for that. I'm very happy with the library. I think it turned out well. Nothing that plot. Oh, over here. You may be wondering, what's this? Apparently, I wanted to build a pool. I really wanted to build a pool with it had glowstone at the bottom, similar to the one I have at the monolith. Man, that feels so weird because all of this was built in like release. A lot of this stuff was built in release, so it's weird looking at this and like, yeah, the monolith came before, but we haven't gotten there yet. There's so much. There is so much more to this world. Be prepared. So yeah, I wanted to make a whatchamacalled. I wanted to make a pool that had light at the bottom, and I put it here because there's like not space anywhere else. So over here we have the stone pathway. Let's see, what is this? I'm trying to remember. I'm really trying to remember. Oh, I know what this is. This is the courthouse. Yeah, this is the courthouse. Similar to the courthouse I had on Population Zelinator. So yeah, I have a few tables and whatnot. There's two different courtrooms. You got courtroom A, I think. I don't know. I'm not seeing any signs, but yeah, this is the judges stand and witness podium and whatnot. Kind of squished, and it's weird having you got the jury there, and then you have the audience there, but like where'd the other people go? Yeah, they do not have dedicated stands. But yeah, courtroom A and then courtroom B, and yeah, I wanted a nice super high ceiling, and so that's why we have such a super high ceiling in here. And I think that's about it. Yeah, so that's all that, and then like I said, we have the pathway that goes around it, and that's that plot. Over here, we have the marketplace, y'all. We have all these little booths set up for, you know, people to sell stuff. So yeah, the chests are for the folks here, but yeah, you got all these pop-up stands, I guess. And so, hi, how may I take your order? And so, you know, all the different types of people here at the market selling their goods. There's not really any like item frames or armor stands showing stuff off. It's just all these empty chests. I built this in alpha though. This one was quite early on. Over here, I'm a little sad, but oops, totally my fault for doing it wrong. But yeah, I built this asymmetric shape here because you see the lava over here is really close to the edge, right? But then the water isn't. The water logically is supposed to be pushed back to like here, but it's whatever. So the pillar here, the observation tower, that all stands in the middle of the whole plot. It does not stand in the middle of the fancy two L's. And then over here, the remains of the alphabet. 1.6.3? I crashed it 1.6.3? No, that was so recent. I was only on 1.6.3 for 2 days. Then there was 1.6.4. And then that was the end. I was so close. Man, this boat stuck around for such a long time. Oh, I didn't realize I broke it that late in the series. Man, Alpha 1.0.6, this boat was here for so long. So long. Okay, depression aside. Yeah, this observation tower. Yeah, I had to fix these stairs because they were definitely bothering me. Because they originally were pointed outward because the alpha bug I explained earlier. Yeah, each of these landings also has a glass viewing area. You get up to the top, and yeah, there's no ceiling, so if it rains, try not to catch a cold. Yeah, you got the 3-block tall glass because you don't want people jumping off. No lawsuits on your hands, and yeah. So that's about it. You get a nice good view of Endevia Plateau. Of course, if the view distance was farther, you'd be able to see more, but giving that down for now. And that's all that, so heading off here. So this was like one of the last things I did. 163, 164. That was around here. So this is kind of based on a house that I had in Dream. Man, here's the beacon. Y'all remember the wither that I killed? Yeah, this is what I did with the beacon. And so yeah, this is what became of it. So you got the main area down here. Then you head up top, and yeah, you got the a loft area. You can look down on the people walking in. Got this little balcony outside, little area to get a nice good view of the lake, the fishing lake, I guess. And up top here, you can see more of the beacon, and here's kind of like the main topside area, I guess, because outside, now you're just sitting on the roof. And you have this this access point to a minecart track if you really want. And I cannot go around this. So that's why I have 2 doors. So you can't squeeze through the fence there, but that's why you have 2 doors here. And then you have just little towers and whatnot. This is meant to be like a fancy castle or something, I don't know. It was meant to be a really nice house, and it ended up not having all too many rooms. So that's all that. Then you head down here. And this was like, I call these the back rooms, but they're not really back rooms. I feel like I had an underground area in one of these. Did I not? Maybe I did. I don't know. Well, either way, why such vibrant wool? To contrast the cool looking wool back here. You know what I should have done? I should have done this to be like orange and yellow. That way you would have like nice blues, but then you would have the the super pinks, and then you would have the warm oranges. Oh well. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this house turned out. Like I said, this was one of the last things I did. 1.6.4. So over here, this is the pit. Lucky for me, this was only about half the size of a plot. Because if I had to dig out an entire plot, that would have taken, well, I guess about twice as long. So yeah, it took me a long time to dig out this pit. I started it in dev for sure, and yeah, it took me until release because I remember being down here when I still had Void Fog earlier in beta 1.8 and later. So early release before I started using Optifine. I remember Void Fog down here. And yeah, there's not much to it other than it really is just a big old pit. So that was very good for collecting stone. And here we are. Here's the farming plot. This is technically 2-in-1, because I took out the extra pathway there, but it's fine. So we're gonna start here. This is a barn. So I was thinking one day, is like, you know, I don't build with wool all that much. I should build something with wool. So I went for the stereotypical bright red barn with the white roof. And so inside you got the stalls for the animals, you got some wheat, have the loft up here for whatever you want, and that's all that. For the actual farm area, so we have all the current crops, and we're actually kind of future-proofed. So over here you got sugarcane, then cacti, I guess cactus, multiple cacti. Wheat, pumpkin, melon. This is going to be for beetroot. We don't have beetroot yet because that's a 1.9 thing. Then we have carrots, potatoes, and this is for any other plant that will require farmland. So yeah, I'm thinking ahead. And here I am a year and a half later, and I still don't think we have anything other than that. So it's still only beetroot, and then I don't think anything else requires farmland to grow that's been added since then. And then I have the extra space over here. This will be for like berry bushes and bamboo. Um, do glowberries grow like that? I don't know. Oh, cocoa beans. I don't have a cocoa bean farm over here. Well, I'll need to remember that as well. Either way, the farm is going to require updating. And then over here, this is a hollow hill. I don't think there's an entry point. No, there's not. So yeah, this is a hollow hill. Where'd the name Hollow Hill came from? The Twilight Forest. And so I felt like doing that. I just felt like building this little mound of dirt, make it empty. So yeah, this is all the poor people houses. So you have the nice people houses and you have the poor people houses because the opposite of poor is nice apparently in this world. That's a joke that's gonna keep running for as long as UMP is around because I misspoke and I said like the poor houses and the nice houses, and so that's where the opposite of poor is nice came from. Anyways, so yeah, all of these are the dirt houses for the people who are unable to pay rent. So they're like, here, just at least you got a roof and some walls. Go live in that. And so for all the people who don't feel like paying, there you go. You live there. And then here's another dirt fish. This one was the first one, I think. So it started with this dirt pyramid. Then I built that one, and then I turned them both into hourglasses, and then I turned them both into fish. I think that's what happened. And then that's the end of Endevia Plateau. Told you there's a lot to it. There's a lot to Endevia Plateau. And then over here, there's a few things that's happening. First, it's raining. All right, cool, whatever. I think I have weather sounds off. Oh no, there is no weather sound. Yeah, I forgot. This is before the sound difference. I think that's a 1.7 thing. Anyways, over here, this is the first house. This is the in-depth house that belongs to this flat world. So yeah, why is it surrounded in cobblestone? Because this was a forest. You see the remains of all the trees? Yeah, I burned all that down. And so I wanted to protect the house, and you could see I also kind of may have accidentally set the wall on fire with the forest as well. So oops, but it's fine because I patched it up, and so I rebuilt it like that instead of like fixing it perfectly because I wanted to show off the mistakes I made. And so what's this trench? The trench is a TNT blast pit. In fact, I had these lines of TNT first, and then I chose a general area like right here. And so I set all these up. You can see these are all dispensers here. So all those dispensers were filled up with TNT and whatnot, and so I just boom unleashed it all down here, and that's what made this this massive crater. And so the dragon eggs. How'd I get all these? Well, I picked up the one from the end, of course. That was in RC1 or RC2, maybe 1.0. Honestly, I don't remember. Somewhere around there. It was like right at the beginning of 1.0. And so I held on to that. And then when I updated to 11W49A, the version after 1.0 that I used Creative, and I blocked the dragon egg. Well, I didn't pick block it. I picked it up and I just right-clicked, whipped out an auto-clicker, and poof, just kept spamming it around. So the only way to mass-produce dragon eggs in Creative at the time was to just go all out with right-clicking it, just to keep placing them. And because they would teleport within a radius, all I would need to do was just stand in one area, and they would just teleport around me until the area got filled up. Then I moved over a few blocks and start placing more. So yeah, I used I used the one time I was in creative and just went all out with all these dragon eggs. Totally worth it because now I have a whole bunch of dragon eggs just sitting here. This is no man's land, as I've kind of been calling it, or the wasteland. I think no man's land, not the Badlands or the Borderlands. I don't remember. Well, anyways, yeah, so that's the origin of the all those dragon eggs. Yeah, there's one last thing over here because I built it and I can't remember when I did, but I'm really glad it didn't burn down. So, all I wanted to tell y'all is that I'm never gonna give you up. And hold on, let me head over here. I actually had to move the text over when I built the wall. So this text used to be closer over there, but then I had to move it. So I also want to tell you that I'm gonna never let you down. And so yeah, that is permanently a part of the world. That was definitely set up back in InDev. And I didn't start building this wall until either late InDev or InfDev. I don't remember. So what is this wall? Well, first it started out just as a wall. So you can see I have the doors and whatnot. But then I used it as a ramp to get to the InfDev chunks. So now that we've explored all the old worlds, we're gonna head off in this direction. Not too far though. Not too far, truthfully. So yeah, is the Super Minecart Booster. That's a little loud. We're gonna back away from that. So the Super Minecart Booster takes us off in that direction. How far? quite a ways away. And honestly, I've realized this is the point where I'm gonna have to whip out extreme distance and start loading all these areas up. So yeah, so this is time for a new part. So after the old worlds, time to start exploring the journey to the monolith. Time to see all the stuff on the way over there. Alright, hold on before we do that. Just kidding. I kind of want to sleep. I want the rain gone. This is a terrible idea. It's going to mess up my spawn point, huh? In creative, so I'm not concerned. This is also going to get rid of the rain. Alright, cool. So, and yeah, away we go, because there's a lot of different small locations that we're going to end up seeing on our way over there. And so, because this is unpowered, since this was before powered rails, I have to manually travel the distance. So, yeah, we'll keep going until I find some stuff. There's only about 3 or 4 points of observation along the way. Look at all these InfDev chunks. I just barely started moving and there's already all of this. I will say, this is my favorite terrain right over here. We're this close to InfDev 415 terrain, I believe. You could tell because of all the poofy trees. That's a button. How much RAM do I have? 8 gigabytes using 4. 3. We're coming upon our first chunk border, y'all. Yay! yeah, you can see a little more of it over there as well. Yeah, there is between InfDev 327 and InfDev 618, I think. You're gonna come across like 5 or 6 different chunk borders. Alrighty, y'all, we're coming upon one of the first points of interest over here. So here we are, 5,600 blocks away from home. At this point, we've hit early alpha terrain, I think. At least I hope. So yeah, here we are. Here's a little cave home I was living in, and yeah, you see the chests are kind of broken. Oh well. But yeah. So this is the area, or one of the areas I was staying at when I was looking for redstone and whatnot, which means I think I missed my cave home. No, that is like the cave home. Maybe there's another one I was living in. I don't know if it's farther or if I haven't seen it yet. I don't know. Well, either way, this is one of the homes I established when I was looking out in like alpha terrain trying to find new stuff. Yeah, there's not a lot to say other than that is that. So let's keep going. Alrighty, y'all. What are all these nether portals around here? Back in Alpha 1.2.2, if you press F4, it does not regenerate chunks. If you press F4, it spawns a brand new nether portal. I think the chunk refreshing is part of Optifine as like performance thing. Okay, I know about where we are. Yeah, so yeah, all these nether portals, if you just spam F4, it creates a whole bunch of them. And so I had a challenge to like escape the area. And but yeah, so that's where all these nether portals. I have them here and in the nether as well. We're not going to touch the nether till the very end though. We have a lot of overworld to get through first. And I'm also going to investigate real fast this area. So you see that cave. This was around the area where I loaded up, where I was looking for redstone for sure. So this is a cave I pretty much carved out. You see there's a whole bunch of sand missing. So let me just take a quick peek around, see if I find the home that I was thinking of. Yeah, this is also where I was looking for spawners, and I want to say that cave right there might be the one that I finally found spawners in. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. There was another home, definitely I had, or another little outpost. I don't know if I passed it or not. If I passed it, oh well. But yeah, so we are currently 6,200 blocks away. We are getting there. Maybe that one was the first one. Well, either way, we still have several more thousand blocks to go before things get interesting. And of course, 2,200 or 22,000 on the X when the monolith is. We're making our way over there, but I'm showing off all the thingies that I stumbled upon first. It also would be nice if I found the monument for Thomas, the memorials thingy, but I don't think we're gonna find that. Alrighty, y'all, we're on our way to the monolith right now, but as you see, we stumbled upon new chunks. Now you may be wondering, where are we? Well, we're actually pretty far offset because the monolith path is over there at like X, or sorry, yeah, X, like 200, 300? I don't know. So we have the strip of ocean right here in the middle between that row of old chunks and this row. But as you see, this area just casually generated a little mushroom island, and it was barely able to make it because if we head on over here, you see Mushroom Island Shore. Most of these chunks were already generated. I did not know this, and this is my fault for generating all this ocean up here in 1.6. These are all fresh and brand new. I know I'm generating a whole bunch of chunks today, just trying to get back to where I was before. Yeah, I kind of have favored this left side flying around more than the main path because this was the actual walking area. That main path I only started using in the middle, the minecart track, the monorail. I only started using that monorail like after that plank was constructed. But yeah, so that's a little comedic to me, I must say. So yeah, this left path was the one that I actually walked along, and so this is the one I would have had outposts and other little small stuff. I think we passed the. I think we definitely passed the base I was thinking about, the outpost I was thinking about that we did not yet see because I had like two of them. The one we saw was in that cave, and there was another one that was similar with a bunch of doors as well. There were only a few doors. But yeah, we passed only one of those. There was also the Thomas the Sheep Memorial. We passed that one for sure by now as well. So there's not a lot left. We also saw the portals, and yeah, you see now now these chunks are starting to drift over because all of those are new chunks. So now start heading off this way. So you could very clearly see old chunks. new chunks. You can see the difference. So yeah, now the two branches have kind of just been brought together. So it's gonna be kind of miserable later when all these chunks have to be upgraded. But oh well. I already intend on upgrading all. The whole world is like 95 gigabytes in total. It's a big world. That's because of traveling casually, just traveling to the far lands. Oh well. So yeah, we're at this point. I don't think we're gonna come across anything else interesting that I remember. So yeah, not until the monolith, that is. So yeah, all this was like alpha terrain this far out. We already passed the late inf dev. Yeah, we've officially hit alpha. So yeah, let's catch some Z's. Alrighty, y'all, this is it. There it is, the monolith. It looks so short. This is really how tall they used to be. Yeah, I'm gonna turn down my view distance. This looks so small. I've gotten used to the one on Let's Play InfDev Plus. This feels so tiny. Oh my gosh, this is not at all imposing. Alright, but yeah, this is the side that we first saw, because if y'all remember my adventure, my journey to the monolith, I came on from this side, and so I saw it, and this is right about the same. So we're gonna set that back to far, though. But yeah, so we're gonna take the shortcut, the pathway that goes underneath. So as y'all see, it goes all the way down, void holes included. Yeah, I'll have a door over there. Yeah, I have this big old pathway, and I'm happy with how it turned out. I think it looks cool. This suspended bridge. Yeah, if we head on over here, oh, there's another one. Want to know what these doors are? They're just Oh no, wait, this one's a spawner. That's cool. That one's apparently that one was a zombie spawner. But yeah, y'all saw the cave over there. So what about this one over here? This is not a spawner, right? Oh no, this is just light. Oh, this is straight up to catch my breath. That's kind of funny. All right, so yeah, we're gonna head up. We'll show off this backside first. This backside is where I set up home, I guess. I have my actual outpost. And so here we are in the monolith. Sun's going down. To have a place to sleep, I'll just plop it over here. Okay, well, while we wait around for that, so as y'all see, I didn't realize there's a hole back there. Because apparently the chests are broken. It's fine. So yeah, I have basic stuff. Then we head up here. This is what I call the boot, because it kind of looks like a boot from the outside. Then you head up here. This is a cave. You got a nice balcony overlooking the Zella moon, and yeah, other stuff. We'll keep going that way, because this is not the end. Oh no, you thought I've only traveled 22,000 blocks in the overworld? No, we're about a third of the distance. Oh well, 21,000. But yeah, here's my nether portal, my monolith nether portal that ended up not being used, and the cave doesn't go very far. Yeah, this was supposed to be my nether portal. I wanted it up here. I was planning on renovating more of this cave, but that ended up not happening. I wanted it up there because I wanted it away from the loud, or I wanted its loudness away from my main area down here. And so apparently I haven't been in this area since before beta 1.8, because you see that dirt there? That was hidden. That was hidden by a solid chest. Those chests are no longer solid. So yeah. Then you can see the balcony. Head on over here. Here's a big old pool. This is if I was up top and I wanted to jump down, here we are. And then this just leads back into the monolith. And you can see that lighting bug lit up the whole area. Look, another random pillar of light. We're dealing with these on UMP. Or not UMP, we're dealing with these in InfDev Plus. Yeah, so that's just a little quick access point. And over here, this is sort of like, I don't know, scaffolding of sorts. I guess. Yeah, here's a staircase that goes up to the top of the monolith. Then over here, what's this big trench I carved out? This trench is the minecart booster, which does not have minecarts. I don't know where they are. Oh well, probably not important unless they're on that side. They might be. And then well, yeah. What is this? Is this just a hole in the middle of it? Yeah, it is. The random little pillar of regular terrain. So then there are these minecarts as well, and then this is a similar to the other side, but instead of being a staircase, that's a minecart track that goes up and down. Yeah, if we head over here, it looks like the minecarts are indeed completely missing. Oh no, here they are. Yeah, cool. So they're on that side. But yeah, you can see I have sugarcane, wheat farm, cactus farm, because this was Alpha 1.1. I was late. I was almost at the end of Alpha 1.1, the end of the monolith generation. Yeah, this is a dirt cube and pathways to head up. Not much to that. But yeah, there's a pit I dug. Does this go down to bedrock? Yes, it does. I have another bedrock pit. And yeah, that's about it. So here's what I said looks like a boot. Doesn't that look like a shoe to you? The foot and then the ankle. That's why I call it the boot. But yeah, so before we keep going off in that direction, which is honestly not too much farther. Yeah, so we're gonna head over here. So this is the actual nether portal, because it generated a brand new one. So this is the other side of it. So of course I'm in creative, so I'd teleport through instantly. I don't want to do that. Yeah, this is the other side of the monolith. So this is the portal. So I wanted to use that nether portal up there. That lasted like once, if at all, because when I came back out of the nether, it generated this brand new portal right here. So for some reason, it doesn't like that nether portal, but it's fine with that one. Whatever. And then I kind of like the water here, so that's why I built a bridge over it. And so here's your little walkway to go across. But yeah, that's about it. So pretty basic base, but oops, terrible pun. So yeah, it's pretty basic little outpost I've got on. Then we got these caves and whatnot. Not a lot of trees in this area because that's where I went tree chopping. But yeah, so we're gonna head off just a wee bit, and we should start seeing something soon. Look, y'all! Look at how close it was, or how close my monolith base was to the snow. You can see the flatland over there, and then look, I got lucky that when I updated Alpha 1.2, the snow was right here. I was concerned that I wasn't gonna find a snow biome anywhere nearby. Nah, this was really close, and so I cleaned up a bunch of the snow here, and I was able to make some snow blocks and whatnot. I also potentially think pumpkins spawn nearby as well. I don't know. Well, either way, so yeah, this is I got lucky in finding a snow biome this close. Can you stop doing that? Why do you reload chunks? So annoying. But yeah, that's all that. And so I think, because I see the spruce trees right there, I think we're coming up close on the beta 1.2 outpost. That is the next stop. So we made it to the monolith. Yay! Oh, in fact, there it is. I see it already. Yeah, so those were, when I needed spruce trees, I got lucky that there's all that spruce forest there. Because you could tell the alpha and beta 1.1, 1.0 and 1.1, because all of these trees are oak in the snow biome. But those trees are spruce in the snow biome, the snowy taiga. So, because of that, you could tell which one is beta 1.2 and which one is before then. So yeah, time to check out the base over here, and I'm trying to think, is there anything after this? I don't think so, not until beta 1.8, which case, that'll be... Yeah, I'm not really feeling that. So, I think I know how we're gonna do this. So yeah, this is... Oh man, really? I don't want to walk through the portal. Because like I said, we're gonna wait till that. We're gonna do all the nether stuff. But yeah, here's my small little beta 1.2 outpost. So you see I have some chests in there, another portal, that's about it. I also have the, that goes down to bedrock, that's a mine. And I think that's about it. Yeah, there's not much to this beta 1.2 outpost, but it was good enough for me. You see these pillars, like you see that pillar, you see that pillar there, those 3 of them. Yeah, those were, I had a lot of different mining trips in this area, because with beta 1.2, I was able to, I was for sure getting redstone, and lapis was in the area, and yeah, that fun stuff. Oh, like there's another pillar. In fact, I think that might be the pillar close towards the end. It's pretty soon here. We're supposed to see beta 1.8 chunks. And so far, we're not yet seeing those. I'm still seeing beta 1.7 and later. So it looks like that pillar is not that. It's just a cave or something. So hopefully, I thought it was closer than this, but we should, I thought, start seeing. Oh yeah, there's another portal. Oh, in fact, yeah, that's the last nether portal. So yeah, this is the last nether portal. So this is as far as I went in beta 1.7. Because after this, yeah, those are definitely beta 1.8 chunks over there. So yeah. And this is it. How far does this go? This goes, honestly, like 20-something thousand blocks. I traveled a long distance trying to find land because beta 1.8 and its nearly infinite ocean. Yeah, it was not very fun. So this is about it, and I'm gonna pause the recording here because I'm gonna need to figure out what to do next. And I think it's coming down to I'm just gonna have to boat over there since that's gonna be faster than flying. Why does the compass not have the little meter? I don't know, but yeah. So we shall return once we start getting close to the beta 1.8 outpost or something. Alrighty, y'all. What happened to the boat? Yeah, I timed it, and it turns out traveling 1,000 blocks per boat is actually about 50 seconds longer than flying. Yeah, I didn't realize that until, like, you know, after the 20-something thousand blocks, or the like less than 20,000 blocks of experimentation of just flying in a straight line almost. But yeah, so here we are. Maybe wondering, what is this? Well, I was boating one day. I was boating on the very first day of beta 1.8 because we traveled all the way to the end of the beta 1.7 terrain. We ended up here. So after boating all the way, I was like, okay, we're coming upon the end of stream. And so we're going to build this little platform here. And so I did. With the last like 10 minutes of the stream, I was like, okay, I'll figure out where I am, whether I should just go that way or keep going straight. And so, yeah, started up the next beta 1.8 stream here. The beta 1.8 pre-release 1, I believe. Both pre-release ones that we currently have archived. Turns out pre-release 2 was actually re-uploaded. I didn't learn that until like a week ago when we found out that another one was found. And then there was also another beta 1.3 that was found not long after that as well. Yay, we're finding versions again. Yeah, so this is a little outpost, but it is noteworthy, I suppose. So yeah, we're gonna keep going, and since we're only about 1,000 more blocks away from our next destination, thankfully for me, it'll only take me another few minutes, and it won't take me like half an hour. Yeah, of course I could have saved myself between about 5 and 8 minutes if I'd known that flying was faster than a boat to begin with. Yeah. There it is, y'all. My little house on top of the beta 1.8 hill. Kind of funny that some of the swamps around here ended up remaining as swamps. Yeah, I passed by a whole lot of terrain that wasn't there in beta 1.8, like snow biomes, jungles, even more mushroom biomes. Yeah. So yeah, here we are. Gonna do another chunk refresh, I guess. And yeah, so this is the house I set up after yeah, after making my way all the way over here, I was like, you know, I like this place. So we started working on brand new house over here. I did not mean to screenshot. And yeah, so this is a train station, I guess, southwest. Where does it switch? Oh, I see. I don't know where this one goes. I feel like it kind of just ends. I don't think I ever completed it. Yeah, it looks like it just stops. Yeah, I don't know where this was going to go. I guess to the desert. It's a tiny desert. I think I ended up taking sand from the other side. But yeah, so there's something charming about Beta 1.8 Extreme Hills. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I kind of like them. So I tried getting the farm going. You can see some wheat, melon. I did not yet get any pumpkins. That's why that's there. Sugarcane and cactus. Kind of just like the monolith. There's not a lot to say in the area. Yeah, there's another portal. Nothing really going on there. And so here's all the redstone to make the switch happen, because I have two levers, right? Oh no, I have a reset. Oh, that's what that does. Huh. This is to make sure, like, if I run over the detector rail, then it forces this to turn. And then if I run over this one, then it takes advantage of whatever the curve is supposed to be. Interesting indeed. But yeah, other than that, there's not a lot here in this Beta 1.8 area. I did do a fair amount of mining, but yeah, we have some more exploring to go, or exploring to do. And so, yeah, that'll be off a little bit. But yeah, off in that direction, we've got a forest. But yeah, all this terrain was loaded up in the first Beta 1.8 pre-releases. The first couple of them, pre-1 and pre-2. Well, I guess there were only two. And then, you know, 2 re-uploads. Anyways. So yeah, we will be off. Okay, y'all. Y'all can see it coming up. What is that? What are all those black spots? Why? That's a village, of course. Yeah, back in the original release of Beta 1.8 pre-release 1, the villages did not generate correctly. They they spawned without the houses, and oh boy, when I first arrived in the area, I was like, oh no, did my game crash? Because it froze for a couple minutes, and I was like, well, that's unfortunate. All I wanted to do was load up a village that was missing the houses, and turns out it it just spammed the console with a whole bunch of errors. But the village did indeed make an attempt to generate. I don't know how many of these lampposts were here originally, or if I added my own. I don't think I did much in the area, but this was really interesting. Terrain, well, not even terrain. This is a structure. Yeah, structure generation anomaly. And so, thought it was interesting. Thought I should point that out real fast. But yeah, we still have some more flying to do. But yeah, actually done goofed a little bit on the first time I was in the area. I didn't realize that in pre-release 1, the flag to generate structures for pre-existing worlds was not set to 1, which means for a little while, until like right about when I was ready to leave the area, I realized, oh man, there are no structures. So that was kind of my mistake. And look, we're already coming upon our next nosage. We're already coming upon our next area. So here we are. This is a very small village generated in beta 1.9. Yay! Pre-release 1, I believe. They're still here. Hold on, isn't there a third one? Or were there only ever 2? We got a... Oh my gosh, the delay. We have these 2 villagers. I thought there was a third one. Maybe not. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe there were only 2. Maybe I thought there were 3 because there were 3 houses. Yeah, well, either way, yeah, this was I chose to live here in the library. And... yeah, that was about it. So this is my area. Oh my gosh, you're zooming. Yeah, speed. So yeah, I was kind of chilling in this village a little bit. This was my temporary home. You can see I is a nether portal. I even said I made a little village in the nether. But yeah, we'll be checking that out. Unfortunately, same thing, portal miscommunication again. So yeah, that's the portal I wanted. And then after a few uses, it kind of gave up and started spitting me out over there. You can see all the portals I broke. Yeah, look at all that free obsidian. If you download the world. But yeah, we're gonna sleep because it started. It's been raining. It's rained several times on this 45,000 plus block journey. So yeah, we're gonna get rid of that. I don't have the boat on me. Good. I don't need it. So let me think. Is that all that around here? I think that is. We have 2 more places to investigate. So off in this direction. It should be really close. Is that it? That can't be it. I'm missing something. Oh, I didn't mark it down. Yeah, well, anyways, yeah, so here we are. You may be thinking, more chunk borders? Yes and no. Yes, it's chunk borders, but what chunks? The Sky Islands. Yay! Yeah, here we are, y'all. I generated some Sky Islands terrain, and we're gonna venture off all the way just to see the full extent to it. Man, far seems so short when compared to extreme. Yeah, beta 1.9 pre-release 3. Was it 3? I think it started in 3. I think it was like 3, 4, and 5. Beta 1.9 pre-releases. You can generate Sky Island terrain if on a server, and in the if you set your player to be Dimension 1. So whoever is in Dimension 1, they're gonna load up Sky Islands terrain due to a bug. The end wasn't yet properly implemented. Maybe it was only like 3 and 4. And 5 was when the end was officially added, and so if you're in Dimension 1, you're going to load up the actual end, and not the Sky Islands. So kind of interesting. Yeah, I took advantage of that bug, and so I did indeed temporarily run this on a server. There's a mine shaft over there. Hello. So there's one side of it. So we're not seeing what I'm looking for. There are some structures I worked on in this area. And so I thought it was off in this direction, but it looks like it's not. Maybe farther out that way. Either way, it shouldn't be too far. What biome is this? Desert Hills. Looks like it preserved the biome. There's something about it always being plains or something. You can clearly see the biome blending. Interesting. Alright, well, anyways, gonna keep moving off. Look at that one desert. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Alright, well, either way. Oh, I see it. There it is, y'all. Look at the airship. What is that? What kind of dock did I build beneath that? Those cobblestone squares. Yeah, here we are. Oh, look! Skyblock. I even have Skyblock. I was able to build Skyblock in the snapshot 11W49A when I was able to enjoy creative. So at this point, we've passed beta 1.9. We've reached 1.0. Almost. Yeah, I still need to show off other places. Yeah, we're gonna keep venturing off. But yeah, there's a little Skyblock I put together. If y'all ever want to have a Skyblock challenge over here. And then here's a very, very pointy airship. Very similarly designed to the one I made on Polycraft Syndicate. Not exactly the same, but it took inspiration from that. And yeah, so I guess here's like a little tented quarters. This is the primary deck. We have all these fences hooking up with the big old air balloon up top. Have stuff in here. I totally forgot I put armor in there. Heh. That's... lag spike. That is slightly comedic to me. There we go. Yeah, server lag. On single player. Of course. Well, yeah, so that's the fancy airship, and I think that was about it for the Sky Islands. Junk refresh. And yeah, loaded up a fair amount of area over here. So yeah. I think that's just about it in this direction. I don't know how far it goes that way. Kinda want to load all up, but I don't need to. That's a buzz, that part. They can wait. Alright, so yeah, that's all that over here. Then pretty soon, we'll be coming upon our 1.0 terrain. Because if this was beta 1.9 pre-release 3, we are quickly coming upon 1.0. Maybe it was 1.1. It's right around there. But yeah, we are quite close. In fact, I have to go this way. A lot this way. Ah, look at all that snow. Howdy sheep, how's it going? Yeah, what a sight to behold. Sky Island. The Sky Islands terrain is always something to look at. Quite interesting, quite interesting. Well, that wasn't far at all. Here we are, coming upon my my next base of operations. Oh yeah, this is 1.0 terrain, because you see that there? That's the chunk border for 1.1 or 11W49A. I almost think 11W49A has different terrain than 1.1. I think. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, here we are. This is a mine we have. I have like glass in the roof, that way we can let skylight all the way into the very bottom. And there's nothing there. It's just a pit. Yeah. I guess I needed cobblestone for building materials or something. I don't entirely remember why I built this, why I dug it out. Probably just to get cobblestone and ores and caves and whatnot. Here's my farm. It's not doing too good because it's too cold in the area. Kept freezing over the water. That's why I had to put torches and the block around the middle. Hi, you pigs. How's it going? But yeah, I cleaned up all the snow around here because I didn't want it. Yeah, inside the house, the nether portal. Good job, me. I put space on the side. But yeah, so the bed would go here. Then we have our chests of stuff, and yeah, that's about it. So this is one of the farthest things I did on this world, because you can see we're already past 50,000 blocks in the overworld, and like excluding my my visits to the Farlands. But yeah, that was my 1.0 base of operations. I went the wrong way. Oops. Yeah, you could see the chunk borders around there, along there as well. 1.0 and 1.1 terrain are very similar. Not quite. The noise values are a little different. Yeah, so we're gonna keep venturing off because there's one last thing to check off in this area. Then we're gonna start working our way all the way back to spawn. And I've decided I'm gonna find where the thingy is. We will indeed find out where the last base is and the Thomas Memorial are. I might have a clue. I might have to think past me on this one for posting it to Twitter. Okay, a little too far. Yeah, so we'll keep flying. Then we have one more thing to check out, and that'll be it for the super extended journey to the monolith. So the monolith and beyond, and then after this, we're gonna check out the last overworld things that we've missed. Then we'll probably go to the end, because the nether's we'll end off in the nether. That's what I'm thinking. And the main reason why I ventured off in this area quite a bit, you can see jungles. I wanted to keep going, so we were looking for the jungle biomes and whatnot, trying to collect cocoa beans and all that fun stuff. But yeah, we'll keep going. Alrighty, y'all. For some reason, I ended up over here. These chunks were already loaded, and I gotta be honest, I have no idea what happened, why I ended up here. Was I like looking for snow biome or forest, or was I just trying to find a new home closer to new chunks? This very well could just be me trying to get to a village that was like closest to the newest chunks and whatnot. I'm glad I loaded this area up in 1.6 still, because now it means that this area is safe when I get to 1.7. Oh look, I have boats. So yeah, I really do not remember what I was doing over here, but I was looking at MC Edit and all the chunks loaded. Oh, maybe I was looking for a jungle. And, like, this was close by. Honestly, I really don't remember. Yeah, well, either way, so this area is really close to a Disco Mountains biome when we do get to 1.7. Gonna put a torch up here. So yeah, this area is gonna be a base of operations for when we do start getting close to the brand new 1.7 terrain. Yeah, that'll be it. So we're gonna start heading back. Well, lucky for me, or lucky for you, I'm gonna cut all that out because now I gotta go all the way back to the inf dev and alpha chunks, and that's honestly not gonna be all that fun. Looks like there's just not much over here. More ocean forest. Pretty regular looking 1.6 terrain to me. But yeah, so we'll be back. And yeah, this very well could take a while. For me at least, not for you. Alrighty, y'all, here we are in the middle of nowhere just about. Yeah, we're on this small mountain range for alpha stuff. But yeah, here we are. This is my Thomas the Sheep memorial that was started back in like 2010, maybe 2011. I honestly don't remember. Well, I feel like 2010. I think it might have been alpha. So yeah, there is a Minecraft forum trend or something about a little story about Thomas the sheep, and so I don't remember the story. I don't even know if I can find the post, but yeah. So this memorial thing was made in as a respect to that, I suppose, keeping up the trend. 10 years later, or 11 years, or whatever. So yeah, want to know what this wood was? I'm pretty sure this is where I took the screenshot and I kept the wood. I think this is what the screenshot was. I honestly don't remember. I don't know, but yeah, so that's all that, and not well, relatively not far from here is the next point of interest. So yeah, we'll keep going around for that, and yeah, I may have poofed over here because I did not feel like traveling. I did not feel like traveling 40,000 blocks. I I don't want to spend 10 hours recording this. As it is, we're already looking at kind of a lot right now. So many hours of footage, and I've just barely started. We're not done with the overworld yet. But yeah, so we'll be heading all the way back after we visit one last little outpost that I missed. So yeah, looks like I should have stayed close to the minecart rails. I didn't realize this one was very close to it, huh? Yeah, so this is an outpost I made right about Alpha 1.0.1 because this is one of the areas I set up to start looking for redstone. You can see in order to overcome the staircase problem, I just put a solid block there. And yeah, look, pressure plates. Hold on. There we go. It's like, hold on, we gotta wait for the server to catch up. Yeah, so that's what all that is. And look, see, these are the chests that I'm loading up because I want them fixed. Yeah, and yeah, so these are all the chests that I needed to make sure to pass by there and make sure that they're all good. You could totally tell that how this was designed. You got the one down here, the now, and then the one above. Because the empty space in the back is so that way the chest could open. Yeah, so that was it's kind of that. So yeah, that's all it. So next. What's next? Oh, I know. The Stronghold. Yeah. I had to think about it. I was like, either the Stronghold or like 0-0. So yeah, that's where we will be venturing off next. So we're almost almost done with the overworld. Alrighty, I did some thinking and I realized that there's really not much to show off over there. That's just some beta terrain. But yeah, that's where I acquired the chests. But yeah, really close. We have a glass pillar signifying the beginning of the portal, or the stronghold, I should say. And for some reason, this stronghold only generated with one glass pillar. I don't know why that is. It was supposed to generate with two. Yeah, so for Notch, not Notch, Jeb or Dinnerbone or whoever left in a little bit of debug code that to find the strongholds, you got these glass pillars. Yay! And so that's what happened here. Yeah, so I thought about it and was like, wouldn't it be cinematic if we like ventured off to the end? Since I'm done with the overworld. Now I'll say this, I will not visit the overworld Farlands and like if I take one more step, this is the farthest I've ever been from home. I'm not doing that. And the reason is, I don't want to load up those chunks with regular 1.6.4 terrain. I want other stuff. Yeah, this stronghold. Oh, it wasn't this stronghold. There's a different one. Yeah, there's a different stronghold, and it generate. Oh no, it is this one. Yeah, the mine shaft, right, running right through it. So that's kind of that was kind of funny to me. I'm kind of tempted to place down these two torches. And so if I set one torch there, and if I set another torch there, I just use those two torches. That's exactly what happened. I used those two torches. All right, but yeah, so it's really really funny seeing the mine shaft just go straight through here. Yeah, there's another one. There's another stronghold. I think it was the Minecraft Legacy one. This is the old end particle. I'll be honest. I don't know why that turned invisible. Okay, we're gonna ignore that. But I'll be honest. I like this end particle effect much more than the modern one. Like in modern, I don't know. It just it doesn't feel right. You see, the look here, the different layers of the different little colors and how it gives depth. And it's not just the same effect that moves when you move the camera. I like this so much more. I don't know why they changed it. It made me sad. But yeah, if you look in the background, you could see some of that visual noise. That's the same visual noise back there that you can see that you see in the end of the sky. So I like this. This is my favorite look of the end portal, and I'm really sad they changed this because I like this look more than the screen effect that goes along with you. Okay, so I don't know why this keeps disappearing. Probably a memory issue. But yeah, time to head off to the end, y'all. It has to download terrain. Ah, there's no staircase. Why did I do it like this? I don't know. Well, yeah, here we are, the end. And it's empty. Wow, the frame rate's so much better. Well, yeah. And kind of funny because I think is this the world where it happened? No, it's not. It's another world. What I'm talking about is there is a seed or a world. It might have been Minecraft Legacy as well, where you generated the pillars, right? And then poof, you're out of here. You come back, and it generated brand new pillars for some reason. I don't know when that happened. Oh, that chunk just turned invisible again. Yeah, it has to be the portal effect, making stuff go invisible. But yeah, this is my favorite portal effect. Yeah, here we are in the end. I want to drop by here real fast before we get to the Nether because I was like, if we're gonna visit the Stronghold, that's the last place we're gonna see. But yeah, I'm not visiting the Overworld Farlands, and no, I'm not visiting the Nether Farlands either. Right here. So I clicked the dragon egg. It poofed right around here, and then I dug the hole, placed a torch, broke the block beneath, poof. That's how I got that's how I picked up the dragon egg. Over here, this was like my Enderman proof area because it's only 2 blocks tall, and Enderman cannot squeeze through here. If they made Enderman crouch to be 2 blocks tall, that would be terrifying. It would be cool, but it would probably also ruin a lot of Enderman farms. So I don't think they'll ever do that. But yeah, there's not much else to the end because we're not in 1.9 yet, and so I don't have the 1.9 end. So yeah, we'll be back here in 1.9, and we're gonna respawn the dragon in 1.9 or later. I don't know yet, but yeah, we're gonna fight the dragon again for whatever stuff. So yeah, Geronimo. Ah yes, the end poem. Okay, I gotta see real fast. Does it work with my resource pack? Because I'm pretty sure I don't have a jar mod. Because I made this whole custom this whole custom end poem and like credits list, and I don't think it's used. If it says I see the player you mean, then yeah, it's not in use. And in order, what I did. Oh no, it does work. Ah, heck yeah, that's amazing. Hello there, Zelinator. Is I, real Zelinator. You beat the game, good job. Why, thank you. And that's enough of that. And yeah, here we are back at spawn. I wonder why it's poofed in here and not like on top of this. But yeah, that's all that. I have like, I'll be honest, almost 4 hours of footage. I don't know how condensed this is gonna be. But yeah, I'm gonna really, really hope there's no other overworld locations that I need to visit because I'm, like I said, I'm not going to the far lands because I'm not loading up those regular chunks, those 1.6.4 chunks. I hope it's all completed. So, with all that taken care of, unless I forget something and I add it in later in editing, here we are going back to the nether. So yeah, this is a chest I use for when I duplicated the stuff. And away we go. Downloading terrain again. I wish that T was capitalized. I could change that actually in the resource pack. Yeah, here we are. I really like my nether portals that go up to the first place. But yeah, so which direction do we go? Which direction do we go? I think we'll go this way. There's less stuff in this direction. So yeah, this is my first door. Working on this cobblestone area. Oh, I had a gassed spectacular show going on. They were bombarding me so much. And then here's the why is that minecart separate? Oh, this is the minecart I used to have there, but then I placed the powered rails. Yeah, so yeah, this is the minecart track to quickly go up. We might use that. I have the minecart on me. We might use that since I upgraded that one. I did not upgrade the monorail. But yeah. So if we head on over here, this does not go to spawn. That was spawn. Yeah, this goes to 0, 0. But yeah, here's another exit point. Yeah, this particular staircase right here. I was struggling. To make because there are ghasts all over the place. Oh man, that I will say that was a pretty fun day. Yeah, the ghasts made things challenging. We go here. Here's just another exit point. But right here, this is where I thought the spawn chunks were gonna be. Here we are at 0, 0. And yeah, I built this whole, again, with the invisible stuff, I built this whole super large another staircase, and then I realized, oh, the duplicated spawn chunks aren't going to be here. Well, dang, because I built two skylights. There was one over there at the beginning, and I built one right here. And I thought this should be fine, right? And then turns out, no, that's not actually it. So I had to do another skylight, but I'll talk about that later when we get there. In reference to the another Farland strip. Yeah, over here, this is one end of the minecart track. So this just casually goes all the way across the the nether roof here. And so this is nice and convenient. And look, I built another dirt fish. I should not have done that. I have small regrets, I'll be honest. I probably should not have built a dirt fish in here because nothing can spawn on bedrock. But things can spawn on dirt and planks, and I want this to be a light update. I don't know if this is going to permanently fix it, but it'd be really nice if it does. Because the nether up here, or the light up here in the nether is kind of broken. Ever since beta 1.8, it did not function correctly, and so I don't know if this is going to fix it or not. It'd be nice, but whatever. Yeah, here's the top of the staircase I was telling you about. So yeah, you just zoom up here. And so this was a skylight I made just because I wanted it, close to home, I guess, close to the beginning. So I just built this staircase, went all the way up. This was the old staircase, or the old tunnel. And yeah, this is the nether roof. Let's see, which one's more interesting right now? I think we'll go through the tunnel. We'll go through the tunnel first, only up until the first point. So yeah, this tunnel I dug out, and this was before I was able to. So this was way back in beta and late alpha, I believe. So I couldn't build on another roof yet. That's why I had to make a tunnel. This was kind of not fun though, because this was a lot of digging, and it was very tiring. Lucky for me though, I only dug this tunnel up to like the first point, the first nether portal. Well, let me see where we at. Should we get in there? Was it like 800? So I dug this tunnel all the way until the very first nether portal exit point. But yeah, we're getting there. We need to pass by the spawn coordinates, I should say. And here it is. This is not it. Is it really down here? Am I like crazy? Where the heck is spawn? I thought it was 810. Is this it? That's not it. What? Is it 900? Oh, here it is. 888. Oh, that should have been easier to remember. So yeah, this is the coordinates for spawn in the overworld. And so this is where the center of the duplicated spawn chunks would be. So we're gonna zoom through here. It's only like 300 blocks or so. So yeah, zoom through here, and then yeah, here we are, all the way back. And so yeah, this is where it happened. I added the hold up. Added that later. So yeah, this is every time I passed by the overworld spawn chunks, or the pass by the duplicated spawn chunks here in the Nether, because signs are invisible at every repeating spawn chunk after the after the first one. I used obsidian instead because I had a bunch of it, and I really hope I left that obsidian there. We're gonna find out. But yeah, think. So yeah, so these are the days that I reached the specific coordinates. So you can see I hit the first spawn chunk on day 4. So we left spawn 887. So all this should be offset. 52428. No, it's not offset. This is the only one that has the offset of 887. But truthfully, you would need to add 887 to each of these coordinates. And so I hit the overworld on day 11. I had 1.572 million at that coordinates, or at those coordinates. If you go back to the overworld, you're in the Farlands. Boom. And so this was the first duplicated spawn chunk I could visit where I'm back at the Farlands. Waited a little bit longer, and poof, day 25. So almost a month later, about 3.5 weeks. 3.67 million. This is the last time you could visit the overworld from duplicated spawn chunks. So this offset is the last time, because this one, if you try to go back to the overworld, you're gonna be beyond the 32 million limit, and that's a no-no. So this one is at 29 point something million. I don't remember. So this is the last time it's safe to head back. Now, theoretically, if you were traveling in the Nether, you could keep going a little bit longer to make it back to the overworld by another couple million blocks or so. But we're going over the Nether, not through it. So yeah, this was already day 25. The halfway mark was day 42. So, put in perspective, 25 days is the last time we could visit the overworld. And so another 15 or something days, or 17 days after that, that's when you hit day 42, the halfway point. And so once you're at the halfway mark, there's nothing to do but keep walking all the way until day 82. We made it. 12,582,912. This is not the beginning of the Farlands. This is the first spawn chunk within the Farlands. Because the 5 million block offset, this one. So the Farlands started about 30,000 blocks beneath me, but I just kept walking because I can't get down. I'm stuck on the bedrock roof. So I had to keep walking another 30,000 blocks or so. And yeah, so I already showed up there, so let's visit. Man, this brings back memories. I remember this place. What's this door here? I don't know. That just leads off into a area. Chunk flicker. Probably gonna turn on a render distance. Look at all these mushrooms. Why? Because these chunks were loaded for so long that the mushrooms in this darkness just spread and spread and spread. Look at all that broken lighting. Or is that the render? Oh no, that's those are chunk rendering borders. Yeah, there's a lot of extra lava around the edges. A little hard to tell though. But yeah, where exactly was my entry point into the Farlands? It was over here. Hold on, we're getting there. Right about there. So, a year and a half ago, when I made it to the Farlands, I gazed upon... What the... I don't care. When I gazed upon the Farlands, this is where it was. So I made my way down. Not that quickly. I was smarter. I took the safe route. And so I placed down a few blocks, walked right into the Farlands. See the border where the lava fell out of it. So this was the opening of the tubes, and this was a side view of the tubes. And somewhere around here or so, I had the jack-o'-lantern. Oh, what was his name? I think it was Father Lando, based on Farlands. Oh my gosh, look at that! All the that's the same location where all the Nether portals are. Y'all remember, however many hours ago, that's the location of all the Nether portals. It's the same place. So if I went through the overworld portals that I showed you, the big cluster of them, and I went through them, that's where we end up. Yeah, that's all that. So now, I kind of missed the journey, and at the same time, I'm kind of glad it's over. Yeah, but yeah, that's all that. So there's not much. That's not true. Well, here, we'll keep going across the surface. We're gonna zoom through this since there's not much more. There's just more tunnel, but that tunnel goes a couple thousand blocks. So we'll be heading forward a little bit. And so keep an eye out. Well, I have to keep an eye out on you. So that is there. So that's a little train station. So you ride on up, boom, that's the stopping point. So now we are looking for where it is. Why does that's such a weird thingy? I don't know. Yeah, we'll get there eventually. But yeah, I think it was like 2,000 blocks or something. So we still have a ways to go. The next where we're heading up is the beta 1.2 location. Hold on. I gotta do the funny thing that was actually not funny. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, I can just edit in the music. It'll be just like good old times. It's gonna look a little different because I'm not gonna throw up everything on the screen again. But yeah, hold on. I had to reenact the epic journey because I still get flashbacks. It looks like it was farther than anticipated. We're already coming upon what was it, 2,500, 2,600 by the time we get there. Yeah, I hope I did this right. If not, well, once we head down, I'll be able to definitely find out. Yeah, all of them. This is the farthest distance, I think. No, that's not entirely true. There are still. Well, anyways, the farthest distance of like the distance between portals. Oh yeah, this is the rail. So yeah, this is definitely the second one. So yeah, we come all the way to the end of the tunnel, right? So yeah, it would have been equally as boring just going through the tunnel. So we go through here. Now there's the portal that we're gonna find out, go back to beta 1.2. I probably should not have done that. Oh well. This is the monolith. Oh my gosh. We're not at beta 1.2 yet. Oh, and it's raining. Okay, we're gonna head back. I kind of forgot the monolith was before beta 1.2. I've been saying beta 1.2 this whole time. Oops. There's extra chests for netherrack storage just because of how much. So yeah, we made it all the way back here, and this minecart, I think I retrofitted it to only go upon the surface. I think the minecart track, yeah. Okay, well anyways, yeah. And then here's the exit back into regular nether. Then we go across, yeah, not across. Yeah. I've been reading too much Flannery O'Connor. That old Southern English has totally fried my brain. When I mean old, I'm talking 1940s and 50s. Alright, so here we are. So this should hopefully be the beta 1.2 terrain. Yeah, this is just about it. Yeah, you see I have another skylight. I built these skylights, well, I should say I dug them out. At least cleaned out the bedrock portions of them in 1 point, not 1 point, 11W49A. And so this should be the last one, but yeah, it was taking way too long digging out the tunnels, and so this is the last time. Yeah, so here we go. So this was the last time I really dug out I really made tunnels in the nether, and I just stuck to using the top side. So yeah, that cobblestone tunnel went all the way to 2800. So yeah, all the way to the monolith, and then beta 1.2 it ended, and so from now on, our only guideline. I don't want to go through the nether, I will get lost. That's a guarantee. But yeah, now our only guideline is going atop, is that a word? I think it is. Across the bedrock roof. So yeah, it shouldn't be too long until we start seeing all the other stuff. I'm pretty certain I've already marked out all the other places, so all I need to do is just stop at every time there's a branching path from the top of the nether here. I forgot I had the minecart. Why don't I use it? Yeah, this is more convenient, and I hope, at least I think I set up every station stop correctly. I'm trying to remember. But if you see every time the little extra area comes off of one of the minecart rails, I'm pretty sure the minecart does indeed stop on the slope. I don't remember exactly, but I want to say I got those working. This was like late stuff, so obviously this had to be after 1.2 when the top of the world was extended. And so this was relatively recent because that gives me 1.2, 3, 4, 5, and I didn't do much in the nether in 1.6 because 1.6 was a little short. 1.5 was also kind of short, but there were several re-uploads for like 1.5, 1.5.1, and 1.5.2, I think. So yeah. I don't know if flying is faster, but I will say this is more convenient. Yeah, looks like I was mistaken because I think it really is a farther trip. So you have the first two locations right. Then I think it's a farther distance between beta 1.2 and the next one. Oh wait, what about that nether portal? That was oops, too late. Well, I'm not going to make any more skylights. I'm trying to leave the world mostly intact. I'm really just trying to load up as much terrain as possible. Close to regular areas. Because, like I was saying, I'm loading all this in 1.6.4. 1.6.4 fixed the structure saving bug. So, whatever nether fortresses are in here, because we're going to start coming across them soon, since we passed beta 1.2. Yeah, now that we passed beta 1.2, it's going to be a long ways to beta 1.8. And then after that, there's only another, like, 3 more portals after that, because there's 1.8, 1.9, 1.0, and 1.1. There may even be one in 1.2. Well, either way, yeah, we got a ways to go. Alright, looks like we're getting there. Time to test this station stop. See if it functioned correctly. Yeah, we already traveled more than 3,000 blocks from the last one. Still have this minecart on me. Yeah, this should hopefully work. So basically all this does is, this is like a selector. And you get to choose the outpost, or you get to choose the exit. So yeah, either keep going straight, or make a stop here. So you may be wondering, what happened? Yeah, what happened was I carved out this big old pit right here, right? Because I was like, okay, here, gotta get to work. And then I realized, like, oh, wait a minute, I already designated an area to be carved out. Oopsies. And so, yeah, I wasn't entirely paying attention, and so I proceeded to have 2 areas to be carved out. So, quite interesting stuff. So yeah, this one, as you saw, it goes to beta 1.8. You see, I labeled. Yay. I'm smart. I labeled the signs here, so beta 1.8 outpost. And yeah, it looks like I put that's where we are. So yeah, in case you ever, get lost and you're just riding the rails and you don't know which station you're at, that's where you are. Yeah, we'll keep going all the way to the end. So that was beta 1.8, and this one is beta 1.9. And this one should also have the village. Ooh, this one needs more work. I need to carve out like all of this layer all the way down. Yeah, that'll be a for future thing. Yeah, if I'm right. Here it is. Here's that nether village I was talking about. So you got the well. I lowered it and I did not fill it up with lava. That's a little too dangerous. But yeah, here we got the farm with nether wart instead of wheat and stuff. We have a house that I guess I didn't make a roof on this. Was this before there were brick stairs? I think at this time there was only a nether brick, and nether brick fences. I don't think nether brick stairs were added yet. I think that's why this isn't like this. Now I can add the roofs though. But yeah, then here's another little house. Yeah, we have the final house as well. Yeah, there's no nether brick stairs. That means it wasn't added yet. It was added now. All right, hold on. Yeah, so now we have nether brick stairs. Well, anyways, I don't know if y'all have noticed, but this is actually a mirror copy of the village in the overworld. If you remember, you got the one well, the farms, and the 3 houses. This is an exact replica, other than like nether-based materials, of the village we have in the overworld. So yeah, that's all that. Now let me try to find the exit again. It's a lot easier being able to fly around. We have a problem. I don't know where the exit is. Oh, wait, I see torch. I see torches. I don't know where my nether skyline. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's still a little bit of a struggle trying to locate, because those are not entirely intuitive. Which one are we going to? I think we're going to this one, right? Yeah. Is this the final? Yep. This is the final one. And I realized, I was thinking about it. We don't have a nether portal in the overworld for the beta 1.8 area. Yeah, here we are. This is 1.1, right? Yeah, it looks like I don't have one in 1.0, but yeah, this is the 1.1 outpost. So if you remember the snowy area, where's the portal? Can't be too far. At least I thought it wasn't too far. Her goes the villager since 1.6. Oh, hey, we're in 1.6. Villagers go, huh, huh, huh. I didn't realize. Haha, man. Okay, yeah, this version is officially old. It's been 10 years. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know where that nether portal is. Is it like down here? I remember the soul sand area. I I don't know. I really don't know. Huh. Yeah, I was gonna show y'all the portal. It can't be too far though. um, yeah, I just don't remember. Whoopsies. It's fine. We'll head back up. Is that it? Is that the semi-anticlimactic ending? I don't know. We're gonna head back to beta 1.8 real fast. Oh no, we need to go all the way back to beta 1.7, but that was all the way at the end of beta 1.2. We got a ways to go. But yeah, basically, if I kept going that way for another 12.5 million blocks, we'd run into the nether Farlands chunks. Not everything in between though. I took those out because that, like I said, that was like 85 gigabytes of nether chunks, and I did not need those. So I removed those from the world file. Yeah, this is the final point. Now, let's see. Does this happen to work? Oh, I get it. You just flip the lever, and then the button. Yeah, that's how you go. Okay, well, yeah, that's all. That's all that. So I think we're gonna end off. Y'all are lucky this is edited, because I'll be honest, this would have been like a 5-hour video. I kid you not. We're gonna be close to 5 hours by the time we're all done with this. So yeah, that's all the important points. But yeah, we'll be adding from now on. Our nether portals are gonna have to be on the roof. But yeah, that'll be for the future in 1.7 and later. Um, yeah. So that's all that. Time to I'll make my way all the way back home, and we'll end off where probably where we started. That way, when I continue the series, it's consistent. It's consistent with where I ended. But yeah, this is gonna be the version of the world I'm gonna keep going. So all these 1.6 chunks I loaded up, those are staying, and that's kind of because I want the day to keep going. And the day counter is not currently on here. I last checked; it's like 4,000 hours. Not 4,000 hours. Sorry, it's 4,500 Minecraft days. So yeah, time to head back, and really hope I didn't forget anything, because I kind of want to just get this all nice done and recorded and edited, even though it's gonna be such a pain to do so, but it's fine. Alright, y'all, I found out where the that extra nether portal right at the end of the beta 1.7 chunks are. You know, the one that's a little bit of beyond the beta 1.2 chunks. Yeah, so that portal's there. Let me just head on over here real fast. And yeah, I really didn't need to make another skylight, because this one is already, it's just right over there. So yes, it's fine. I really did not end up needing to make another one after all. So yeah, here, I guess for completionist's sake, I guess we'll go across the nether roof on the left side now. Yeah, follow the train tracks all the way back to beta 1.2, and I ended up over there. So let's see. Is that like right at 0, 0? Or right on X0? I know it's X55. Oh well, it's fine. The nether dirt fish is in sight. We finally made it. It's been such a long day. Y'all remember when I said I started recording at 10:41 in the morning? It's been 7 hours later. And so 5-something hours of that was actual recording, and the rest of it was like food and stuff, and taking little breaks and checking out MCN and whatnot. So yeah, this is it, y'all. We're gonna head all the way back to spawn. We're not going back to spawn. We're gonna head all the way back to the the beginning of the world. So though. So let me take the tunnel. That way y'all get to experience the joy of going down the stairs. Since we didn't go up the stairs earlier. Oh yeah, I should probably show off real fast. These are all the chests of the netherrack that I dug out. And so yeah, out of the 6 double chests, another word. Of the 6 double chests, we almost 5 of them are full. So yeah, this is my netherwart farm that apparently doesn't have any netherwart. I wonder if it just wasn't growing. Oh well, yeah, here's the regular nether. And so let's head back. What do I built this platform here? Oh wait, I think that was a cave, right? Yeah. I just covered that up. I'll need to put the chickens somewhere. I guess we'll head back to the warehouse. Put those chickens away, then that'll be it for this not episode. This is bonus content. This is considered an extra. This is not an official episode. But yeah, so that'll be all that. Oh, the sun's going down. Alright, that's fine. So yeah, we'll need to find our chicken and feather chest. I think it's still in this first warehouse, right? Here, let me also set this back to far since we're done loading up chunks and structures. There's more so to make sure that structures structures close enough to where I've been before were affected. Here are the feathers. Boop. So that's the main reason. I remember why I had all these iron golems. The slimes! They used to not attack slimes though. And so in 1.4 I placed down all these iron golems and they were friends with the slimes. There was no strife between them. That got really annoying. And so is it up the next chest? I don't know where my chicken is. So yeah, after that, see you later, son. So yeah, after that, I ended up just being like, well, whatever. At least I have the iron golems around for other stuff. Okay, hold on. Where's my raw chicken? Here it is. Beef, chicken. Look at all the chickens that have been slain. Oh yeah, and the slime balls. I forgot I have the slime balls chest. So yeah, we'll do that, and then we're gonna head on back. The Zella moon rises. So yeah, we'll sleep after I put away the slime balls. The slime balls should be over here. They were at alpha 1.0.12. Boop. Like I said, this is the copy of the world I'll be continuing on in like 8 months. 9 months, 10 months. I think it's closer to 10 months. But yeah, so let's catch some Z's. And then that'll be it. We'll take the minecart back. There we go. So that has now been reset to my home bed. Yay. So we'll take the one. Is it this top one? No, because that goes to the Block Museum and in Devia Plateau. I need to fix those signs, but I'm going to fix those signs later. It's the one down here. Yeah, it's this one. Boop. And we're off. Alrighty, I'll start saying farewell to UMP. I hope this will be able to hold you off since this was a long video. Several hours in the making. And so, say farewell to the rest of it for just a little longer. Because now that here we are, 2024, the beginning of UMP is just around the corner. Y'all were able to wait almost 2 years. I already forgot when part 3 ended. But yeah, y'all were able to wait a good long while. And so hopefully this world tour is good for new people who have not yet seen the series. Good news, y'all do not need to. Yeah, it looks like the first world lever is already switched. I probably left it from, well, in fact, yeah, actually, I absolutely left it from when I had to flip it last time. Come on, chunks, be visible. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what all the flickering is, but well, maybe that's why I reloaded all the chunks. But yeah, so if y'all did not sit through all 280 episodes before this, you're in luck. You don't have to, because this video is the official summary of the first 3 UMP parts. I might have missed like other smaller stuff that are other like caves and whatnot. Whatever, it's fine. this video covers all the important stuff, and this video as is already going to be a few hours long. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling between 2 hours and 4 hours. Nah, 2 and 3. Between 2 hours and 3 hours. So that's this is just my prediction. I have not started editing. So this was recorded in a few different parts, but it was all recorded in one day as of this point. If I have to record extra footage, I'll be a little mad, but that'll definitely occur earlier on. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it ends up happening. But yeah, so I was not entirely planning on doing this, but people were asking for a world tour, and I realized that I should load up the villages and the nether fortresses early, because otherwise they might be bugged. I have the mic all right? Yes, I do. Yeah, they might be bugged, and I did not want that to happen. Oh man, my arm still breaks. I didn't realize I wasn't fixed yet. Yeah, that's all it for this one, and I'm pretty sure I need to open the land, go back to survival, and then this will be it. We'll be continuing on UMP in quite a while for me. I still have to wait months because, like I said, it's already it's December 16th, 2023. So let me just game mode 0 that, and we'll be back again in 13W36A, I think. I think so. But yeah, I kind of really did skim over the InfDev stuff, but I didn't do much in the InfDev. It wasn't until like late InfDev and Alpha that I started setting up outposts to have like mining areas. So that's all that. The dragon egg, the true dragon egg, will remain on my head, and we'll see. We'll see if I can get my skin fixed. If not, at least I have my hand to go off of. But yeah, that's all it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Bye.